Do 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 do. Hello, hello. We're back onto the Epic 7. I'm just gonna spin my flags in here real quick.
I smell living creatures.
This
If I must
should
fight.
fix that attitude problem of yours.
Whip, whip. Sometimes the connection ain't great. At least recently the connection's been having some little fucky wuckies.
Leave it to me.
You true love. Where should I direct my arrows? Family.
I desire
best.
your flesh.
Huzzah! Get my Sky Stones. And Origin Shell. All very important. Ah yes, there's a free summons thing going on. Do the 1 first, that improves your luck on the 10. Can I prove that? No. Am I gonna keep saying it anyway? Yes. See what drops here. Looks like jack shit. Yeah. Do? You again. Don't need that. I think I'm kind of capped out on the 3-star artifacts. No, I'm not capped out on the 3-star, like, characters yet, but I'm approaching that. Hello, relevant human. Hello twice. And move to storage. Three times, wow. Get me that transmit stone.
Release mana.
Yeah, you're also relevant right now. You got 2 more of you to slot in after I clean up a little. Alright, transmit these 2 carrot. Wish you didn't switch the thing when you transmitted. That's annoying. It completely switches the order. Na na na.
Ultimate. Past our limit.
Yes, get them heroes back. Actually, I can just... Nope. It stays on that. It doesn't just default to... Alright. None of the ways that could be more convenient than it is exist. Wait, what am I doing? You're not... Bleh. No wonder I couldn't find them. be up in the A's. There you are. Let's get your assume an absolute absurd amount of shit without any real proof weird ass a little bit stronger. Make the people around you a little stronger, not make you any stronger. Fuck you. That seems to be all my chores. I will have to start doing these moonlight theaters at some point. Nadalon Academy, Days of Piercing Cold, Conqueror of the Oceans, Zero Defect City, Runway Fighter, and Fallen Land. Yep. And I got everything I need. I could tried to get that Greater Spirit Bloom out, but I got most of the important stuff out of this. And I finished the rep on it. That's what I was really worried about. The other stuff I can get with enough grinding, you can't finish rep no matter how much you grind once it's gone. I guess I could open up the side story again, but that... bleh. Anywho, last we left off, Dagger had arrived, and Dagger Sakar had arrived, and they were kinda tenuously working for the Slayers for a minute. They met this weird boob monster. It was way more female than it should have been. Or maybe that's part of the horror. It looks more human than it should, but to accentuate the inhuman parts. Or maybe I'm looking too deep into it and it's not anything. Who can say? Chapter 4. A Thorned Rose. This feels rather strange. It's not like you to be so quiet. Abigail... yes? Will you be staying here? What about you, sister? Do you plan to settle down here? With those people? No. I see. Wait, that's not what I meant. What I meant to say was, they'll be leaving soon. And I'll be staying at this manor from now on. It might look like this now, but once upon a time... it was a place where our family spent happy days together. And if you stay here with me, I wouldn't mind if the others stayed with us. They would bring a liveliness to the atmosphere. Would be just like old times. What is she after? I don't trust her family first thing combined with this. But Abigail... Haste and Pillis are only visiting. They'll only be with me until they join their friends again. Do you mean the people who were with you aboard that ship? Yes, that's right. I can't say I really understand. That boy Haste, I mean. He's a vampire, isn't he? Like us? Us and them. Whan. You are, aren't you? You're a vampire by birth. You weren't born a human, then changed like me or Melissa. You felt a thirst for blood since the moment you were born. Not anymore. Thirst doesn't get so bad, even when I don't have any blood for a long time. That's not important. We all carry desire deep within our hearts, but we carry on, suppressing them in our own way. I don't know about that. Stay still for a moment. I can feel there's something special about you. What is it? How interesting. It's still weak, but it's just like what I felt from Lord Kane. Stop. Phyllis? I believe there was a misunderstanding. I meant no harm to Mr. Haste. I was only trying to get to know him a little better. I think that might have been the problem. I don't recall asking you to do something like that. You're okay, right, Haste? No, it's no big deal. I understand you're worried about your friend, but don't you think you're being a little rude? I'm only trying to show you due courtesy befitting guests of the Bloodrose family. Due courtesy? What I call when we were on that ship that day. Give it a rest, Billis. My sister's done nothing to you besides treat you with hospitality and sink your boat. I was on that boat too, and I'm over it, so you know what? I feel like you don't have much leg to stand on. Melissa? Tell your sister this, Melissa. Tell her to stay away from Haste. Wouldn't it be better for Haste to tell her himself? Everyone fighting because of me? Ah. The sorrows of a vampire heartthrob. You know this already, Melissa, but I'm part of Dagger Sakar. If you and Abigail want to be friends with me, I come back and visit even after I go back to Britannia. That works, right? Haste. Wait, is Britannia too far for that? I'm not sure if I'm a fan of long boat rides. Okay. Can I have a word, Captain Veronica? Yes, in fact, I was about to ask you the same. I see. What did you want to say? You go first, Leader Eligos. You're the one who came to me. Of course. Would only be fair. So, about the Beast of Anguish. Do you know why it had tits? It was really distracting. I wouldn't know any more than you do. Damn it. It's what everyone said. It's so, like, it's stuck in my head that it just had very pronounced boobs. I mean, I guess it's, like, it just has them. I feel like you're overthinking it, honestly. I think you're underthinking it. Sorry, back on track. I kept myself from asking before, but why is it that you didn't go after... Oh, I almost forgot. Thank you. If it weren't for you, our soldiers could have been seriously hurt. Looks like there was a grain of truth to those rumors about Britannian mercenaries. I'll be happy to receive your thanks in the form of increased compensation. I'll think about it. That means no. Why didn't you go after it? It was a good opportunity. Was it because you wanted to stay faithful to the original mission? I don't think that's any of your concern. I see. That was my question. What was yours? I heard from Claudia that your mercenaries knew about a vampire lord's weakness. That's... Find it strange you have the same level of information that we do, despite coming from a land uninhabited by vampires. Uninhabited, I wouldn't say is the right word. There have been a few in our area lately. Came over from Eurasia. There was also research that was conducted by our government. Wait, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Also, I'd like to know why you carry around bags of blood in your luggage. Fuck. In case you need to administer transfusions when a friend gets injured, right? You looked through our belongings. Anything that comes into the fortress is subject to inspection. The same goes for anything that leaves. Is this while she was showing us around the fortress? Not bad. In any case, here's what I wanted to ask. What is your connection to vampires? Eligos? Well... I don't think you need to be concerned with our past. We left it all behind in Britannia. I see. We've confirmed we each have at least one thing we're hiding from one another. Yeah, at least she's not getting on her high horse about this, and I appreciate that. We've also confirmed that we need each other's help. Veronica. Like, that was really good, because they said a lot without directly, verbalizing it. Like, we know we're each hiding something, and we know we need each other. We'll leave it at that. The subtle of, I know this something, like, she's very suspicious that maybe they work with a vampire. With the blood, obviously drawing attention to the blood, and how do you know so much about vampires? It'd be natural that she might come to the conclusion that they work with a vampire, or have worked with one in the past. Though, the fact they're carrying blood kind of implies they might still do it. But she did offer a slightly plausible explanation for the blood, almost to imply that if he had tried to say that, she wouldn't have believed him. Like, for transfusions for your own soldiers, right? Smart. Almost condescendingly, just real smart, you know, like, really, really. Go for it. The fact that she, and of course for not chasing down the beast, he also offered a plausible answer. Did you want to stick to the original mission? Didn't want to waste resources on something that we didn't come out here to do and doesn't necessarily help our game plan? And neither of them confirmed it, so they can't be claimed to be lying about it later if they have to come up with a different explanation for it. Ah, man, that was really good. More scenes like that, please. Everyone's awake. Good. We always get up early. At least we do when there's a mission. We Slayers will be setting out soon. We've wasted too much time here. Also, Eligos? Yes? What you said yesterday is true. We need to help each other, for our own sakes. Of course. Hey, Captain, are you done talking? Yes, let's go. I think you could have done all less as well. I'm with two minds on that one. Whether or not they should have included that
Should we get started?
line from her, like, oh, about what you said yesterday. You're right. Like, I feel like it could have been just as strong leaving it be,
Found you.
or saying it more subtly.
Don't let them
But
escape.
at the same time, it's a lot harder to pick up on if you do that.
Give it to me.
So, either or. At least picking up on the fact that she's acknowledging it and agreeing with it. It's like, we're not going to go for each other just yet. It's still very useful to each other,
All right.
even if
let's do
one
this.
or both of us are lying about something huge.
All right.
Well, today, I'll wrap you up tight.
Prove your worth. This one.
You can't close your eyes. I'll show you true love. I believe in you, Papa.
I'll protect you.
I desire your attack.
Got his ass.
You're sending all your love. Feel it. Papa loves me. I think I'm going to faint. Yes.
Should we get started?
I smell living. Don't let them
The
escape.
good thing about wounding enemies is Fenny just gets her stats maxed out way faster than she should. The bad thing is literally everything else about wounds as a mechanic.
All right. Let's do this.
You've dealt damage that I can't undo no matter what. There is no method to get rid of it barring using a continue. Claudia! Yes?
Look at this, a blood stain. It's a massive blood stain.
Huh? This is... I see. I just had to come through this way, did it?
There's something you have in mind?
Of course. In order to have spilled this much blood, whatever spilled it had to have been enormous. It was a giant wounded beast. You get it now, right?
Yes. No, I don't get it.
Good you have such keen eyes, but it looks like the same can't be said for your powers of deduction. Think about what we fought yesterday. It was really big, and... What's going on?
Captain Veronica.
Looks like the Beast of Anguish came through here. See that bloodstain? That big one you couldn't miss even if you tried. Is it just me, or are you excited, Claudia? Well, no way. I'm just hard at work in my job. Good to see you're working hard. Can't have gone far, so let's track it down. Don't get distracted. Carry on with the march. Are we really doing this? Told you yesterday to focus on campaign objectives. Yeah, I get that, but hold on.
Captain, receive word from our scouts. They've discovered a potential threat.
Understood. Be right there.
Yes, Benny, all your
So, my current guess is that Veronica... You might not know, but she at least has an idea that the Beast of Anguish might be something, or someone, that she doesn't want dead yet.
Stay with me. I
Whether it's literally a cursed person that she knows,
This is my
or if she
stage.
knows it's also hunting vampires and thinks it's useful
And gentlemen,
keeping some of the pressure off
I
them.
must fight.
Though if that were the case, I
This
think
won't be an easy fight.
you wouldn't be so scared to verbalize that. You know it too. We can't be out here too long. We're short on both time and supplies. Yeah, I know. Could you at least listen to me for a minute, you pig-headed... We'll not be going after the Beast of Anguish. I will not be taking any further comments on this issue, so return to your post and tend to your duties, Claudia. What took you so long? You're 5 minutes late to your shift. I got held up because of boss. I was pretending to be asleep so he wouldn't notice we were standing watch. Huh? Is Mr. Eligos still not sleeping? He is now, probably. How long do we have to keep this up? For the foreseeable future. We need to keep an eye out. We don't know when that Veronica is gonna go through our stuff again. Yeah, I guess it's better to be a little tired than anxious all the time. Head on in, get some rest. Make sure to come out for your shift on time. I'm always on time. You're the one who's always late. I told you, I had a good reason tonight. Yeah, I get it. Make sure not to doze off and keep your eyes peeled. Got it? Oh, tired. Oh, way to make a living. Still, goalie's right. Can't just hit the hay and expect the Slayers to play nice. If you want to stand watch properly, you gotta know where the intruders like to hide. It's hard to know unless you've tried it yourself. Wouldn't you agree? Since when did you know, cutie? Cutie? That's a first. I knew since a while ago. I like to hide in those kinds of places. You're not like those Slayers, numbskulls, are you? Should have had plenty of chances to attack. Why didn't you? Was I not your target? Now that I think of it, I don't exactly have much reason to be a target. Like, why would she give a shit? I just kind of sit here. I didn't come here to hurt anyone. I only came here to find out what kinds of people you are. Quietly and peacefully. Peacefully? Who was the one who tore apart our ship the other day again? Sometimes you just have to do things violently. What a coincidence. I think so too. Sometimes you need to swing your axe to chop a tree. Sometimes you need to swing your axe to chop a person. Thanks for understanding. I think we really get each other. Ah, she noticed. Let's call it here for today. See you again, cutie. I don't know what to think of the vampires yet. So, like... Here's the thing. I was already biased slightly, because all the vampires I've met outside of this... I wouldn't say I've really met Haste at all. Or Melissa. The only vampire I've met outside of this joined the Maid Idol group, the Maid Kingdom, and she was able to completely curb her hunger for blood using chocolate. Which is funny, don't get me wrong. But, and she also had no memories of, like, anything at all. She just didn't have memories. She didn't know who she was. She still doesn't by the end of it. So I had nothing to really go on for the vampires. The first you really hear about them is propaganda from other characters. You hear the Slayers talk about them as monsters who've given up their humanity. At least to an extent, that's kind of how they talk about them. But we don't really visibly see them. The most we get is those two vampires attacked that boat because... yeah, still no fucking clue why they bothered doing that. It didn't seem to accomplish anything. Like, they weren't stealing shit. Why did they do that? Any hoodles? Hey, Coley. What you doing there? Be quiet. Wait, don't tell me. I said be quiet! Eavesdropping on Boss and Veronica. Oh, for crying out loud! I told you to be quiet, you fucking moron! Claudia left. Yes, along with a small number of troopers she often works with. Probably wanted to put together as light of a team as possible. He must have left before sunrise. Yes, probably. Why are you telling me all this? You think I'm the one responsible? You're the only person other than Claudia that spoke to me yesterday about the Beast of Anguish. And you think I goaded her on? You didn't? You can just say so. I've never spoken about this to Claudia. I don't know if either Sid or Coley met with her, but this isn't the kind of thing they would do. And yeah, it doesn't make sense for Eligos to do like this, like... Sure, those two wanted to chase it down too, but Eligos said, no, boss says we're not doing it. That's our employer. We don't have any reason to hunt the beast. Like, he said this outright in front of them. He didn't try to challenge her on it at all, even though he probably could have gotten some support and just from the other soldiers. So she should have ample reason to believe him here. I see. Wasn't exactly suspicious of you. I know full well that Claudia isn't one to be led around by the nose like this. Alright. She wasn't... like I said, she has no real reason to distrust this part because his actions earlier showed that he doesn't care that much about the beast. He was curious why she didn't want to go after it, because even he saw it as a good opportunity to possibly kill the thing, but end of the day, it's not really his business. I only wanted to find out when she would be back, in case she told you before she left. I'm only making a guess, but she'll probably be back soon. At the end of the day, isn't she only hunting the beast for your sake, Veronica? Given that, she'll most likely return before you need to worry too much, regardless of the result. Do you think so? Huh, that's funny. It's as if you know Claudia better than I do. It's almost as if you're old friends. Old friends? That may very well be. Perhaps I thought I understood her because I've been through something similar before. Eligos, did I overstep my bounds? You're right. Claudia's trying to take down the beast because of me. That's how she's always been. She thinks protecting me comes before even her own safety. Is the Beast of Anguish targeting you specifically? I will speak no more on this topic. She definitely knows something, and Eligos is... Her refusal to respond is actually a very big answer for Eligos, and I think he's piecing something together. The beast has something to do with Veronica specifically. As you wish. We'll slow down our advance. We'll give Claudia a chance to catch up with us, as per your prediction. Veronica? Yes? To tell you the truth... Hello, Courting Nat. I'm really enjoying this chapter so far. Eligos and Veronica's, like, little verbal sword fights, and both being intelligent enough to, like, realize, backstabbing each other is a bad idea, even if we both know we're hiding something. This is fun. This is the kind of shit I wanted more of. I am increasingly happy I own Eligos every new cutscene with him.
I've met a vampire in Britannia. There were complicated circumstances involved, but in any case, he claimed to be a vampire lord. You won't tell me any more than that, will you? No, of course not. Us and them. Race. Shouldn't be hard to spot them. Large army on the move is sure to draw attention. Yeah, it's not like we ever had problems tracking people down, even under worse conditions. Doesn't the real problem come after that? Until Eligos finds us and gives us an opening, we need to be careful not to let the Slayers notice us following them. Things became a mess because of me, didn't they? It's not your fault, but it is because of you, if that makes sense, Haste. Told you not to say things like that, Haste. You keep this up, I'm gonna go back to being my old gloomy self again. I'll stop. We're family. That means we stick together. You know that, right? Yeah.
You can't close your eyes.
Should we get started?
Veronica and Eligos' dynamic is really cool. Every interaction has so much to it. Yeah. And how
No
the game is intelligent, the game is confident enough in its own writing to not try to shout the answer out
This
at me.
one.
Need help?
There's like, no, I think the game believes in itself enough to let me figure out what they mean when they say certain things. Like, it doesn't have to switch to an internal to explain it. It doesn't have to
I'm scared. Yep.
like go back in a friggin' in a flashback a minute later to him thinking about it. It just let the scene go by itself.
Creatures. Don't let them escape.
I think I'm going to faint. I'm going to eat food today. Hold me till I can breathe no more. Yes, Benny, all your love. Feel it. Papa loves me. You can't close your eyes.
I'm not into any of the harder parts yet,
Yep.
so I don't know how the
let's
difficulty
do
is
this.
gonna be. I think you mentioned there was only like one annoying
desire
fight
your
that you ran into.
Attack.
Okay.
Owie. Jeez.
Here I go. I believe in you, Papa. I'm scared. Go away.
If I must fight, I hope you're ready.
You know about my family.
One fight, it was kind of annoying, more because you tried to brute force it instead of bringing certain characters. So there's not going to be another reflect character, right? They learned their lesson and don't keep doing that, right?
Give it to me.
The 2 times it's happened were 4 times too many already.
I think I'm going to
No more reflect, good. Jesus.
my song.
It is just, it's the most bullshit mechanic
Should we get
in a
started?
game where you literally can't
Son of
not
light.
attack an enemy.
Burn!
Prove your worth. Don't let them escape.
Okay.
I think we can keep going this way. These tracks really lead us to the Slayers? Melissa said the Shadow Elves pretty much never show up here. They have no interest in ruins like these anymore. I should make things easy for you. The only ones milling about the place in large packs are gonna be the Slayers. Thank you for the information, Melissa. Hey, why'd you come with us, Melissa? Come with you where? This is my home! Goodness sake, you're just like your father saying silly things like that. Do we ever meet Haste's father? I suppose don't spoil me if we meet him this chapter, but... I suppose don't answer at all. The way Melissa talks, we probably didn't see him in Britannia. Okay, tell Abigail I said thanks for packing us snacks. Come visit again next time. Do whatever you want. Melissa looked happy. That's probably because she found her family again. They'll get along, right? It is just a hunch, but somehow I get the feeling that Abigail might cause trouble, like you used to do. When did I ever do that? Right, bygones will be bygones. Once they've gone by, that is. I'm thinking maybe I want to do, Phyllis's... What's it called? Her class change, whatever it's her thing, just to get more of her story. She seems like an interesting character. Though... Man, it's so crazy still that this is the first episode where it seems almost no aspects of episode 1 are relevant. Like, yeah, we have characters from Britannia, but a lot of the questions that came up in Britannia just aren't really mattering. Like, Phyllis is a homunculus. She's not a human, but no one really seems to notice or care, even though in episode 1, basically everyone who met Mercedes could instantly tell she wasn't human. Whereas here, human enough, I can't tell them apart. I don't know, I feel like Shadow Elves at least might be able to figure that out. Well, it'll be like that for them too. I'm back. Hello, without so much as a backward glance. Is this place really so bad? Suppose it is a bit dirty. Been a while since it's been properly cleaned. Oh, that's right. Haste wanted me to tell you he said thanks. He says he'll come visit, but I'm sure he was just saying that. You know how kids can be. So try not to pay it too much mind. Abigail? You'll come back to how we were before. You will, won't you? It's interesting, the two vampires I know, I don't understand their priorities at all. I don't understand why they're doing what they're doing. And it's like, but they haven't given me... Here's the thing. I don't understand why they're doing what they're doing, but I'm able to believe that it's because I don't know what they want. The most I can understand is they probably want to help resurrect Cain, because they seem to be helping to hide his body earlier, to make sure he didn't get perma-killed. And I think Cain is the big muscled-up, bearded guy that's kind of in the cover, but he also doesn't seem to be the main antagonist of this chapter, from what I can see. He might be an antagonist, but it looks like he's fighting someone eviler in, like, the animation. So I'm hoping this is going to be a story with genuine, like, nuance to people's positions instead of just, alright, here's the nuanced position, and now here's the corrupt guy who's stealing the nuanced ones and is gonna make them evil so we don't have to worry about the nuance anymore. It's like, no, I'm hoping this is gonna be, no, even the people in power are part of the nuance of this. And it's like, are they right? Maybe about some stuff. The other guys aren't right for wanting to wipe them out for being wrong about other stuff. Like, I don't know. Talking about there being a real chance of peace. Or at least something. Alright, we're gonna have to fight you. How do you work? 6 enemy turns grants an extra turn to the caster. Suffered in one attack does not exceed 20% of max health. So it is still technically possible, at least on paper, to kill her before she gets one of these. Because at most you would need 5 turns. Now, I'm sure in practice that doesn't work. And Fenny kind of hard counters that ability because of her multi-hits. Start battle grants Operation Level 1 to the caster. Ignores effect resistance of all enemies and inflicts decreased hit chance for 3 turns. Oh. That's less fucking cool. Summering an attack that targets all allies' counterattacks. Okay, then don't go for AoEs. I don't like unavoidable debuffs. It's like, fuck, ignores effect resist. Then why is effect resist a stat? If you put that on every enemy, why have it? It's the same as the, why are they immune to all these status effects if you, like, then don't put the status effects in the game at all. If every enemy who I'd actually want to use them against is immune. Because you don't care about all the other ones. For the power to overcome life and death. Yeah. For the sake of pure and noble desire. There was no effect, was there? No. How much longer do we have to keep doing this? Are you tired? No telling when he'll wake up again. No easy task providing him with blood. Can't even remember how many times this makes it. This makes it the 33rd. 17 from me and 16 from you. Why am I short one compared to you? You skipped out on one occasion saying you didn't drink enough blood. Did I? Oh. It was a day after the one where you disappeared for an entire day without so much as a word. Oh, that day. None of my concern what you do out there, but the least you could do is pull your own weight. At least that's what I think. The fuck you just say? Anything gives you the right to... Why, did I say something wrong? Oh yeah, that's it. I've had just about enough of you. Today's the day I'm gonna teach you some... Wait! Oh, so now you want me to wait. Oh, door opening. Lord Kane's coffin. I saw it too. It definitely moved. So he's having trouble getting up, but it looks like their daily blood offerings to him are starting to take effect. Well, why is it taking so long? They seem to imply that it's not normal for it to take this long. Claudia, when did you get back? Just now. Oh, so Mr. Eligos was right, as expected. What did he say? He said you'd be unsuccessful and be back before long. Or wait, that's not it. I think what he said was you'd be back before long, regardless of whether you were successful or not. I see. How's Captain Veronica? She looked like she was angry? Why are you asking me? That's because you look like you always keep an eye on people. Is that a compliment? I can't say. Your captain doesn't really seem to be the type to show emotion. But considering she ran here to consult Mr. Eligos about it, I guess maybe she was rather distressed? Damn it. Don't go any closer, Haste. I know. They'd spot us otherwise, unless they were idiots. Need to maintain this distance. Oh. What if Kane's not responding to the blood, he's responding to Haste being close to him? Need to let Eligos know we're following him. Any ideas? I have to wait until there's an opportunity. Hillis, it looks like the Slayers are on the move again. We should get going too. Aren't you the one who told me not to get too close? Oops, was that too close? Kinda, but... Won't it be fine? Might not notice us if we approach them carefully. Right you are, Swifty. Your opponent won't notice you if you approach them with care. Yeah, scared me. Sid! I came to check because I had a feeling we were being followed. Turns out it's you guys. I got that feeling too. Someone's been following us. Yeah! Looks like you know each other. Did you explain to me why you were following us in secret? That's... Our friends got separated in the shipwreck. They're having trouble coming up to us because you Slayers look so scary, so I... You notice you were being followed, Sid? I'm disappointed. Shut it, man! Not the fucking time! That boy... Is this the secret Eligos was trying to hide? He's our friend too, you know. Despite how he looks, he really knows how to get things done. You can trust me on this one. There's something I need to see. Here, take this. What is it? Give it to that boy. It's a bullet imbued with the power of the new moon. It's lethal to any vampire that has ever drunk blood. Nah. Haste! Just need to hold it in your hand for a moment. A simple task for anyone that's not a vampire. Ever drunk blood. So hypothetically, if a vampire had never had blood before, they could get around your only means of detecting them? I'll be honest, I hope that comes up as a thing. Looks like we have a problem. What are you doing? Sid, get rid of it! Just as I thought. Slayers, our hunt begins. Oh, come on. You don't even know if he's with them. You can't possibly think all vampires work together. There's no way you're that dumb about this.
I'll protect you. Here.
Found you. This one.
Okay. Let me know about my family. I love you. Stay with me.
Yeah, the misses.
I'm scared.
Slowly removing the debuffs.
Go away.
Almost wish I'd brought Momo instead at this rate. Miss. Fuck.
Till I can breathe.
Miss. Fuck.
Alright, let's do this.
It's already not a good mechanic.
That's going to eat
RNG based. Come the fuck on. 3 in a row. 4 in a row?
I think I'm going to faint.
I smell living. Don't let them escape.
If I must fight. Take this!
There we go.
Let me know about my family.
Yeah, nice barrier, idiot. I'm only freeze it. Oh, a free stun on the entire party. That's fucking fair.
You can't close your eyes. Listen.
Especially when you've been ignoring effect resistance.
To my song. Listen to me sing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's shine.
Here, with this attack, I'll finish you once and for all.
What the fuck? Oh, that's the finisher. Okay. Stop, everyone stop. You're finally here. Eligos, is that vampire boy really your friend? Yes, he's one of us. And that's how you knew so much about vampires, is that right? Listen to me for a minute, I'll explain everything. Slayers surround the boy. He's gone, Captain, the vampire boy's gone! Disappeared while we were fighting the rest of them. As I get out of the way, you mercenary dogs! How do you plan on fighting us when you're so darn slow? I won't let you take a single step beyond this line. Just why? Maybe if you'd listen to him at all. Oh, wow, I wonder how I could have possibly fucking done that. It's almost as if you included a method that makes it impossible, you fuck! That's pissed me off. Putting that as a stage mission, when she's guaranteed a one-shot kill at the end, pisses me the fuck off. I refuse to believe any of that shit. Yeah, I still won, but you're just dangling keys in front of me, and whenever I reach for them, you stab me in the neck. Fuck you. Yeah, let's take a break here. No one following us, is there? No. Looks like your friends managed to stop them, thankfully. Dagger Sakar knows how to get things done. Oh, please, spare me. You would have been in serious trouble had I not shown up when I did. Even know what happens when you get hit by that bullet? Yes, it wipes out the entire party instantly for free. On my turn. Ain't that a fun and cool mechanic? I'd die, probably. So you do now. But Pillis would have blocked it. Eligos came for me and Sid was there too, so we could have fought against the entire Slayer army. How exciting! Anyway, thanks. Don't worry about it. By the way, Melissa, you following us this whole time? Well, I couldn't help but feel a little worried after you left. I just wanted to make sure you met up safely with Eligos. You were worried about me? I have no idea either why I keep putting myself through this. Maybe it's because of that old jerk. You mean father? Yeah, looking at you reminds me of Conwell. Sure, he'd be sad if anything were to ever happen to you. Even in the afterlife. Oh, he's dead. Alright. They might have mentioned that before. Why'd I remind you of my father? Thought I didn't look anything like him. You certainly act like him. I don't get it. You don't have to, just make sure you keep up with me. Need to get to some place where the Slayers can't follow us.
I'm scared. Yes!
Should we get started? Purifying flame. Burn away the evil.
I desire your flesh. Attack.
Need help?
Yes, Benny, all your love. Give it to me. Paralyze me with your love. I think I'm going to faint.
If I must fight. Here.
I'll show you true love.
Kill you,
Believe in you, Papa.
and
I
do a
smell
lot to you.
this one.
Let's kill you next.
You can't close your eyes. Go away.
Yeah, a little bitty heal. Why not?
Going to eat still today. Hold me till I can breathe no more. Want to know about my family?
Eeks the mage.
Papa loves me. I'm scared. Yep.
I'll protect you.
Found you. Don't let them escape.
Okay.
Owie. Ow.
Benny, all your love.
Alright, kill the bear. You ever seen a snake eat a bear?
Can't close
It's
your eyes.
horrific, frankly.
All right, let's do this.
And the unhinging part is already pretty creepy, but they do it like in excess of their body length. It starts getting gross.
Want to know about my family? I love you. Stay with me. I think I'm going to faint. To my sun will shine. Shine free.
Should we get started? I hope you're ready.
Dead. Melissa, wait. There's something coming our way ahead of us. The sound of its footsteps, it doesn't sound like it's a wild animal. Slayers wouldn't have already overtaken us, would they? Get down so they don't spot us. Okay. We need to attack first. Right in front of us, now's our chance. Need to make sure to... Huh? Sister? Oh. Abigail! Abigail, wake up! Are you okay? My word, what are all these injuries? I didn't hit her, I swear. I know, Haste. Your scythe didn't even budge. What in the world happened? I told him. Who is he? Who did this to you? How dare he? I told him I wanted to leave, because I wanted to live with you, sister. That's what I told Lord Cain when he woke up. Here, have a drink of my blood. The wounds aren't deep. They should heal in a couple of days. Lord gave me permission. The Lady Elvira told me I must pay a price and stood in my way. Elvira? Aha, she's that wretch who was standing next to you on that ship, isn't she? Just you wait. I'll pay her back for this many times over. What's interesting is, we didn't see this exchange take place. And I don't fully trust Abigail, so I don't know if she's telling the truth yet. Is this a ploy to gain favor with Cain over Elvira? Golly, are you? Shh. Looks like you found yourself a new hobby. Keep it down. You get caught if you make too much noise. Veronica isn't the most perceptive person out there. Things are a little more touchy when it comes to your leader. You too, Claudia? Touchy? Do people call him touchy? I'll have you know, Mr. Eligos isn't touchy, he's just sensitive. I'm not saying people call him that, I just have intuition for this kind of stuff. And you say we needed to keep it down. Shush! Shush! I understand what you're saying, but I heard from Sid. You gave the command to attack. I gave the command to slay a vampire. Your subordinate Sid stood in our way. Sid was only trying to protect his friend. His vampire friend? And now we're back full circle. How many times do I have to go over with this? Haste is... You don't have to explain anymore how you met the vampire boy or what you've been through together. What matters is that you mercenaries pointed your swords at me. No, it matters immensely. See, now you're a hypocrite, Veronica. Now you're a hypocrite. You've essentially attacked your own client. Don't misunderstand what I'm about to say. Had Dagger Sakar really meant to attack you, you would not have gotten off so easily. Is that a threat, Leader Eligos? Hardly, Captain Veronica. Dagger Sakar does not make threats. I'm just asking you to trust us. Trust? You really believe there's trust left between us? We've been doing well so far. Finish the job that's been asked of us. As long as you don't try to harm Haste, that is. That is not an option. We put our lives on the line to fight against vampires. No, you put your lives on the line to fight against a vampire army who he is not part of. Tell me. But you're more than willing to attack me even though we're both humans. Do you see the issue with this stupid idea you have? We fight for the survival of our species in Arasia. He doesn't live in Arasia, you stupid bitch. So you have to make a choice, Eligos. I choose him. Shoots her in the head. Alright, easy choice. Just leaves. A choice. Choose to keep your promise with me, your client, and demonstrate the professionalism that you seem to be so proud of, or betray a close comrade because you're a racist. Wow, such a difficult decision. Haste, was it? Choose that vampire boy that you seem to be so fond of. But in exchange, I know, I'll lose all credibility in this line of work. Act 6. For family. 2. So, what I'm asking is, don't you think you've pushed Eligos too far? I didn't push him. You literally told him to let you kill his friend or you're going to ruin his reputation. I think that's too far in every sense. Certainly pushed an ultimatum on him. Told you this before, but your problem has always been... That's strange. How do you know what I said to him? Claudia, don't tell me. No, I didn't, trying to catch you out. Tried to catch you out and you fell for it. Haha. What's the meaning of this, Claudia? Did Eligos ask you for a favor? No, I just think you're being really racist and I'm not cool with it anymore. No favors involved. Just that I do think they're trying to hide something, but I also think they're still decent people. You met up with Eligos a few times. Weren't you able to get a sense of what he's like? I do agree with you, to an extent. Eligos... He's dangerous, but he's not a bad person. Right? But that has no bearing on the problem we have in front of us. They at least had a choice. We don't even get to have that. You're right, Captain Veronica. Our plan has too many risks involved. Can't afford to add another headache on top. Now that we've learned that they're friends with a vampire, we can't carry on as if there's nothing the matter. There's nothing the matter, though. And I'm sure you know this better than I do, Claudia. I do, but... No, bringing that up won't make a difference. More importantly, I have something to report about Kane's coffin. Kane's coffin? Have you located its whereabouts? We received a report from some vagrants roaming about the ruins of the Bloodrose estate. Said they saw a small girl dragging around something heavy. Must have been Abigail. And this other one... There's another one? It's west of us. Could even say it's on our way. We got the information from some travelers we met earlier. They said they saw a young woman pacing around outside an abandoned house by the roadside. Said it looked like she was guarding something. And they gave us a description of this young woman, Elvira. They're working separately, but why? They're probably trying to split up any pursuers. Seems obvious enough.
So, what will you do? Does the plan still come first? Of course we go after Kane first. If we succeed, our plan will become that much easier. Also, we have to make sure we finish this, for your sake. A paradox of good intentions.
Here to say goodbye. To be honest, you never really struck me as the type. Or did you have something else in mind?
I came to offer you a chance at retaining your honor and integrity.
You're wasting your time. I'm sure I told you the matter of haste is non-negotiable.
Thank you, Eligos, for being reasonable here. In the face of unreasonable friggin' demands. This has nothing to do with the vampire boy.
A change in our contract. Typically, this would mean we'd have to balance outstanding fees before we continue, but given the exceptional circumstances...
You seem to be mistaken, Eligos. Your breach of contract has made it null and void. Nothing will change that. If you were, however, to do me a small favor...
Oh, no. You misunderstand. The contract very explicitly stated you are not to harm any members of Daggersakar, and then you tried to kill a member of Daggersakar. There was nothing in the contract that stated vampires cannot be members of Daggersakar. That was not stipulated anywhere, so you're actually the only breacher here. And if there was no literal physical contract, then good luck actually upholding shit.
I'd be willing to consider it an apology to keep this matter a secret between the two of us.
Was that supposed to be a threat?
I'm not cut out for this stuff after all.
Color me unimpressed.
Look, I'm here to ask you a favor, for Claudia's sake. You and I weren't on the best of terms, but things weren't so bad with Claudia, were they?
Oh, we were on great terms until you tried to kill one of my members for genuinely no fucking reason. Not letting that go.
Is that why you guys followed me? We weren't just following you.
She asked us to escort you to your destination. He was concerned Kane's followers might have prepared an ambush.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Her concern seemed genuine.
What's there to worry about? His followers have all been scattered. Elvira and Abigail are pretty much all that's left of them.
So the last, vestiges of the vampire army are Kane and his 2 followers. And yet you're still very gung-ho about murdering another vampire who's never been to this continent before? Or at least not in so long that he literally doesn't remember any of it?
Or what? Do you think I'm such a pushover I'd be done in by the likes of them? Huh?
Won't it still be better to have more people on your side?
I said I'm fine. Besides, much more likely to be where Captain Veronica's headed than where I am. It's not like we're gonna find anything there anyway, so what's the point in dragging along an entire entourage? Does that mean you're going there just to double check? Yeah, just to double check. It's better to go there and come back empty-handed than to regret having never looked into it. I'm gonna run over there, take a quick look, then report back to the main force as soon as I can. No need for you guys to tag along.
Like stubborn peas in a pod, the lot of you. First it was Veronica, and now it's you.
Hey, don't talk about her like that. For me, at least, that's just how I've always been. But Captain Veronica's different. She has her reasons. You have no idea what kind of weight she carries on her shoulders. And that's why she has no choice. That's why she can't help but to be stubborn, that Veronica. Act 7, A Paradox of Good Intentions.
Captain, over here! All the grass here is withered around this spot.
Evidence of Kane's coffin. It's been at least a day or two since.
What should we do?
According to our information, Elvira is guarding the coffin in an abandoned house at the end of this road. We need to get her before she escapes. This time for sure, I won't let her get away. Alright.
I'm scared. Yes!
I'll protect you. No destiny can stop me!
You true love. Give it to me. Paralyze me with your love.
Prove your attack.
Owie. Oof, ouch. Counter.
You can't close your eyes.
If I must fight, help!
Yes, give me all your love. I'll wrap you up tight.
Found this one.
And then... Bang!
Want to know about my friend? I'm scared.
Something that... This pisses me off about these sequential battles. So, when the round ends, all buffs and debuffs lose a round as if a whole round had passed. Like, whenever a battle ends. But it doesn't also apply to cooldowns.
Should we get started?
And that's...
I desire
I don't
your
understand
Let
that.
them escape.
Like, is a turn passing, or is one not passing? Or is it only passing for the sake of a specific thing, and not anything else? I guess it is for a specific thing and nothing else. But why only that specific thing?
I think
And it's not even in a consistent way that's like, only ways that help you or only ways that hurt you. It's literally just involving timed status effects.
Hold me till I can breathe no more.
I smell
Attack.
living creatures.
Ten. I'll show you true love. You can't close your eyes. Listen. Do my song. I'll do my best. Ladies and gentlemen, let's shine.
Let's do this. This won't be an easy fight.
Certainly. Prove your worth. Guide me to the depths of your mind. Found this one.
Unlimited turns. Turned this place inside out, but we found nothing. But how? There aren't even any marks that would indicate there having been something heavy like a coffin. What about Elvira? No trace of anyone having broken in recently either. So she's never even been here. She never went west from her last location. Someone's fed us false information, but why? Captain? Could it be? Should we wait here for Claudia's party to return? No, we're turning back immediately. We need to reach Claudia at the ruins of the Blood Rose estate as soon as we can. Hurry! So, about Haste, that little vampire. You mean our Swifty? Huh? What's a Swifty? Sid, you don't have to butt in every time. I want you to be honest with me. Is he really alright? Are you sure? I guarantee it. You can trust him without a doubt. Haste is fully capable of withholding himself from drinking blood. And if for whatever reason he does need blood, make use of transfusion bags. He doesn't exactly drink much of that either. It really sucks less blood than a Okay, I got it. Nothing I hate more than being bogged down by an escort. So you guys go out there and look for your friend. Will that really be alright? Don't worry about it. I can be a bit impatient, but that doesn't mean I'm reckless. But in exchange, you have to promise me your little vampire friend won't ever cause trouble in this land. I promise. Now let's part ways here. See you next time, mercenary friends. Thank you, Claudia. I'll make sure to repay your kindness when the time comes. Mr. Eligos? Were you thinking about Claudia? Well, be honest, boss, I'm a bit worried too. You'll be fine, right? She should be. She's a veteran with plenty of combat experience. For now, finding Haste takes priority. We can think about the rest later. Understood. Yeah. Whoa. What was that sound? There's someone coming this way. They're alone. Are they the one that made that sound? Boss, this looks a bit dangerous. I don't exactly look like your average traveler either. Agreed. Goldie, enter stealth and stick close to me. Yes, Mr. Eligos. Sid, Phyllis, wait here. I'll try talking to them first. We don't have much time to spare, so let's not make this any more difficult than it needs to be. Who are they meeting? And what is Veronica realizing? Who fed the false information? Was a scout mind-controlled? 4-star artifact for this. Gonna have to fight Abigail. How do you work? Ally except for the caster receives lethal damage, consumes 10% of current health, dispelling all debuffs from the target, recovering health by 50% before granting increased speed and immortality for 2 turns. When attacked, the enemy's health is 80% or less, decreased damage suffered by 20%, and increases combat readiness of the caster by 10%. Oh dear. Blood Banquet. Take a turn first at the start of battle, fucking of course. Start of the turn inflicts curse on a random enemy for 2 turns. The end of the turn grants stackable increased attack and speed to all allies. An enemy who is inflicted with Deathly Beguilement, unique effect, starts their turn. Dispel 2 debuffs from the caster. When the target receives lethal damage, deals additional damage equal to 40% of the target's max health to all enemies. Jesus Christ. Citing a skill on the bearer's turn, cannot choose skills other than their basic skill. Greatly increased speed. The end of the turn deals initial damage equal to 12% of the target's current health to all allies. Someone except for the caster receives lethal damage, this effect is dispelled. Jeez. Foresee this being a pain in the ass. Please come in, Mr. Haste. It might look like this now, but it was a wonderful place back in the day. Is this your house too? You said all that stuff we passed by was part of your estate. I didn't know your family was so rich, Melissa. Your father was much wealthier than we were. Though he lost it all before he died. Do you remember, Melissa, the day we first came here? Of course I do. We tried to sneak past Mother to play at the pond in front of the villa. But you tripped and fell over the doorframe and started to cry. Why do you have to remember that, of all things? You have memories of going on a holiday with people special to you, too, don't you, Mr. Haste? Well, this is that one time we went to Tyrell Castle in Azera. They were holding a year's end festival, and all at Dagger Sakar went together. There was this thing where people wrote their wishes inside these little notes, but Eligos wouldn't tell me what he wrote in his. Oh, so it must be Dagger Sakar then. The people special to you, that is. Melissa would come here quite often, too. With another, different special someone. Was it Father? Hanwell was rather fond of this villa, though it was likely only because it was always empty in the winter. We would come here and spend so much time together. Did you bring me with you? I don't remember any of it. You weren't even born back then. To tell you the truth, it made me rather sad. I always wished I could be the one making memories here with you, sister. Act 8, Thorns. Did you sleep well last night, Mr. Haste? Yep, I slept like a baby. What about you, Abigail? I slept well too. I feel at home here. It's a familiar place for me. I've been using this place as my hideout for a while now. Been staying in this giant house by yourself this whole time? More or less. Humans rarely come here because they think it's haunted, and it happens to be filled with many of my fondest memories. Haunted? Are there ghosts here? Who knows? I've never seen one. I guess not, then. Oh, I almost forgot. There's a reason why I came looking for you so early in the morning. There's something I'd like to show you. Please follow me. So, what did you want to show me? Is Melissa awake yet? Melissa went outside saying she wanted to take a look around. I'm sure she'll be back soon. What I'd like to show you is a diary. It appears to have been written by Duke Conwell Lennox during his stay here. Father's diary. I thought it would be rude to look in someone else's diary, so I haven't dared to open it. Don't know if I believe that. So would you mind taking a look for me yourself, Mr. Haste? Wait. Sister? Is this what you're up to? Is this why you tried to lock me in my room? Where are you taking haste? We're on our way to see my father's diary. Your father kept no such thing. What he did write on occasion never had anything to do with his personal life. Huh? It's not too late, so please return to your room. I ask that you don't let my consideration for you end up in vain. What are you planning? Tell me that first. I have a guess. And I'll say my guess here in case it's correct. Or in case it's wrong, actually. She's trying to use... Because I think he is technically a vampire lord. Because he's natural born. I'm assuming that's how it works. She wants to use his blood to try to wake up Cain. I'm guessing she does have Cain, and that other thing was a lie. Yet again, I'm not the one special to you. Answer me. I'm disappointed, dear sister.
Please, don't disappoint me.
I desire your flesh. Don't let them escape.
Here I go.
I'm scared.
And heal.
Away.
Should we get started? Son of light. Burn!
Give me all your love. Give it to
We'll
me.
be able to keep our health high and not give her the buffs.
Your love.
Thanks to this party setup. Okay, it getting multiple turns in a row is a little less cool.
I smell living this one.
Okay.
If I must fight, take this!
You can't close your eyes. I was going to eat your clothes today. I'll wrap you up too.
Prove your worth. Attack.
May this blood empower you.
Yeah, another one of those.
I believe.
Alright, this isn't going so bad because I have so much healing. And a lot of it's AoE healing, too.
Away.
I'll
I can
protect
keep them
you.
pretty topped off during this.
I hope you're ready.
Found you.
Of course, you still can't use your other skill permanently, which is bullshit.
This one.
Yes, here is an unremovable debuff that means you can't use skills. That's a fair mechanic in a game about using skills.
I love you. Stay with me.
Stop. Both of you stop. Your family. Step back, Abigail. I don't want to hurt you. Looks like the little boy is the most sensible one here. Sisters ought to get along with each other, don't you think? You're that old lady who attacked us. What are you doing here? Oh my, don't you worry, my adorable little lord. The lady of the house invited us herself. Us? Who else is here beside you? He's the one who gifted me new life. He's the one who gave me the power to inflict pain on those I wish to hurt. Good work, Abigail. The last of the House Lennox, born of the blood of a vampire lord. Thanks to you, we meet at last. Willing to bet that's Cain. Though I'm betting he's not fully... I'm betting he's not capped out yet, and he needs... probably another lord's blood to really get going. Alright, what is this? Sasha Ithanes. Combat readiness of all allies by 8% when the enemy is defeated. Does not stack with other artifacts of the same name. That seems useful for farming. And it's all class, so that seems okay. Chapter complete. And... yeah, now we're gonna go back to the way less interesting side. Alright, these are open now. So, context of these, the wild dogs are on their way to Arasia. Actually, I think they landed by now? Maybe not yet. Alright, let me look up a guide for this.
I don't know what kind of cakewalks.
What is this called? Do-do-do. Oh, that's not fucking fair already. What's gonna happen here? I can already hate this shit. That's already bullshit. Oh, cool. You've already introduced RNG. Now luckily the first person to go is Ferris. His skill 2 is remove a buff and apply cannot buff. Guessing the crux of this is gonna be make sure that stays on the whole time. Oh, good. My party isn't being speed-tuned at the same rate as this one. In the guide. That's real fucking fair. Why the hell would they have an RNG on the speed? Now, what's this person's thing? Alright, let's try this alternate version. What? I actually did that wrong already. Obviously, you start with removing this guy's dodge. You, apparently... Okay, then Scorpion 3. Okay, he got stunned. Am I fucked? Don't know yet. For the Plague Shard. That apparently was supposed to happen. Da-da-da. Then... Alright, that worked. Okay. It's a little weird, because... You just get rid of the evasion right off the bat, and it's fine. Now for the plot. Dingo, didn't you say we were going to have salad for dinner tonight? Salad's for me. You and Captain need to fill up on some protein. Best to eat hearty in this sort of weather. Yeah, that seems reasonable, but... Please tell me I'm wrong.
I came here right on time. I already put the water on, so...
Squeak, squeak! I want to have salad for dinner like you, Dingo.
You're just trying to get out of prepping ingredients, aren't you?
But no, I like vegetables too.
You shouldn't be picky with your food.
By that logic, you're a picky eater too.
Get out of the way. I'll just do it in my set. It's gone. What happened? And then I had to tie it up with a rope. I let it loose. Why? They taste bad.
You tried them before?
Not their meat, but I did try their blood.
You sucked beaver blood?
From back when I was trying to control my urge for drinking human blood. I was having trouble holding it in, but I'd already sworn up and down in front of Conwell I'd never drink blood again. I had to at least try to keep up appearances.
So you made do with a beaver. Wrong do. I don't know what to say, Captain. I don't know if I can ever look at you the same way again.
It was just a sip. And it didn't even taste good. I had the tiniest sip and started flailing and scratching. Even let it go right away, but it wouldn't stop screaming and raising its hackles at me.
Of course it did. You bit it.
The beaver bit me harder. How come you guys are never on my side? You need to eat food that's been prepared properly in a hygienic environment. You just pick up and eat random shit, Captain, you get seriously ill. Now on, don't eat anything except for what I make for you. Then I'd never eat anything at all. Huh? Is it already... Wait, no. Is my last measurement wrong? What was it? Was I right the first time? What is he doing?
I don't know, but it's weird.
He sprayed some strange liquid on the ground, and now he's on all fours sniffing it.
He's not about to turn into some weird creature, is he?
Even Oliver's getting all nervous. And the captain eat something when we're going to sleep last night aside from what I gave him for dinner?
No, he didn't eat anything.
I guess it isn't food poisoning. Why are you guys just standing there?
Well, obviously we're...
Keeping an eye on you. Well, move over. I need to measure the soil where you're standing. Hey, Captain. I need you to explain what the fuck this is. You're acting weird, and it's making Sid nervous.
It wasn't me, it was Oliver.
This? I'm making use of symbol blood magic to analyze the power flowing through the surface of Orbis. To be more precise, taking certain aspects of blood magic and adapting them. You can do that? My family descends from a vampire lord, so this much is no trouble. I might look like this now.
What were you analyzing?
How should I explain this? You see, trying to see if it's true that the Tree of Genesis has become active again. One of our clients came by with some interesting news. They said they got it from recent arrivals coming in from Eurazia.
Tree of Genesis? I've never heard of it before.
Neither have I. Anyway, you could say we have something akin to a significant result, though the sample size leaves something to be desired. The Tree of Genesis is exerting its influence on this land. Its effects will likely grow stronger the farther west we go.
Okay. Win within... That's a lot of turns. Oh man, it's a full party too. Jeez. Okay, oh, we're fighting you! The Beast of Anguish! Oh, I see! Good to know! That's interesting. I'm mostly attacking mobs, according to this list. Oh, God. It's like, the path diverges from here. I can't list them for you. It's like, then what the you didn't make a list then, jackass. Why did you post it then? Alright, let's look for a video. See if I can do it like that. Alright, you aim there. Actually got a crit, that might be goodish luck. Then you go there. Now, which skill was that? Alright, one hit there. Immunity, because of course it has immunity to everything. Okay. You're there. You're there. You're there. That, miss hurts, but we'll see. Interesting, having me attack this thing. No crits on it, though.
What? I think something's already gone wrong because its stuff was fully healed before that could detonate. Is this another RNG fest? It's like, are they gonna heal it? Is like, if they do the thing to remove its debuffs, I just have to restart? Because no one knows how to actually do this consistently. Is that what this is about? Because I'm not gonna be happy. Because it's got way less health in their version of it. What the hell? There's also okay, this looks fucking nothing like it. I have no idea how to do that, then, because my version is already nothing like the one in the video. And I've been following it to a T. They made RNG shit. They made RNG fights, and you're rewarded for getting better RNG.
Well, what do you want?
Ooh, Covenant bookmarks.
Come back soon.
Yeah, I guess I really do have to just do all those off-screen if I want to have a fucking mind by the end of this. And not sitting here narrating over doing jack shit for an hour and a half. And doing the other ones took a while, even with video guides that were slightly better. And now we're also back to the party that I don't like as much. Although, admittedly, I now think Veronica's a fuck. And I don't like her. I don't like her as a character, I don't like her as a person. There's so much implication that she did know, like she had figured out what they were getting at. And then when she finds out, and she just like... What the fuck did she think was gonna happen? They're just gonna let her murder their friend, who she was already implying that she understood they had a friend like that? And no matter how you slice it, you attacked a member of the mercenary band you hired with no provocation at all. And no, being a specific race is not provocation, no matter what contract you sign. And then the fight where she, right at the end as a cancel, does a complete party wipe, and that counts against your achievement. That's bullshit. And that pissed me off more than her decision-making. Chapter 5, The Curse of Loyalty. A key message arrived from Leia. She has a general understanding of the situation. In order to enter the fortress, the barrier needs to be temporarily disabled. I request that we alert the sentries upon our arrival. The barrier that Shadow Elf put up? Yes. Fine. What's our status like right now? The same as earlier. Morale's low, the atmosphere is heavy, and the injured, despite ongoing emergency treatments, there haven't been much improvements. And Fenris? Still keeping his mouth shut. He won't say a word even when other Slayers try to pick fights and hurl insults at him. I see. We've rested enough. Let's keep on moving. Won't be long before we reach the fortress entrance. I'll move ahead and report to the sentry unit. Keep a safe distance, but don't lag too far behind. Do your best to arrive promptly. Got it. Act 1 in Unforgivable Sin. Damn it, because of those bastards. Should have known something was up when Amiki started feeling uneasy. Cursed Shadow Elves, it's all their fault. No matter the excuse they make about being shunned by their own kind, once a Shadow Elf, always a Shadow Elf. Stupid Shadow Elves calling on humans to attack us. Those damn Shadow Elves. Literally, you were attacked by mind control humans. Only they died back then during the chaos that ensued from the surprise attack. Some harsh treatment. Stay quiet and lighten up on the sarcasm before you cause any unnecessary conflicts. Already in a precarious spot because of you, we're catching even more heat. Should at least set the record straight now. It's the issue between you and Amiki. You do something wrong to her? How long are you planning to keep this up? Are you planning to die at their hands? Resorting to the silent treatment, huh? Oh, so we really need to drag these bastards inside the fortress. Northern Fortress is the last safe haven left to us. Will they start causing trouble once they're inside? Regardless, it's protocol to receive judgment from the superior officers. Nothing we can do about it. Isn't the result obvious anyway? Execution! Should we extend our consideration to these bastards when they're the ones who invaded our fortress and allowed those damn Shadow Elves in? We just deal with them here and now. Zamaki, she wouldn't have any problems with it. What? How do you plan on justifying that to Leia? The report has already been delivered to the fortress, and Amiki went ahead to relay our arrival to the sentries. I guess it's not completely improbable to be attacked by a bear on the way over or fall off of a cliff. Aside from the area around the fortress, the paths here are steep and rugged. You don't say. Seems they have no intention to listen to our side of things. All of our objections and explanations are falling on deaf ears. They've already decided we're guilty and are just contemplating what to do with their prey. See, even if I stay quiet, there's no avoiding trouble. You can't really blame me for this one, okay? Besides, it is 100% your own stupid fault, Arya. You should have said, hey, I think your buddy there is mind-controlled, and if you don't do something about it, he's gonna start attacking you. Instead of thinking that to yourself, and then, in front of him, no explanation, shoot his subordinate with magic. Because you're a fucking idiot. This is 100% your fault, Arya. You could have had a higher up, like, if bad stuff still would have happened if you'd done that, but he would have noticed probably at the same speed he noticed before, and or actually maybe even sooner, because as soon as he looked at the guy, like, properly, he noticed that what you were saying was true.
What do you know about my family?
Like, I am... Unforgivable sin? Yeah, the one Arya did by being stupid, stupid. Like, to such an absurd degree. Okay, can someone...
Should we get started?
Yes, and all your love. Hold me till I can breathe no more. I'm scared.
And throw out the heals.
Away. We're going to eat this food today.
Nah, just barely lived through that.
If I must fight, here!
All right.
Yes, and all your love. Feel it. Papa loves me. You can't close your eyes.
Should we get started? Yeah!
I smell living creatures. Attack.
At least the other conflict, it's like, even in story, it's being acknowledged how unreasonable she's being about this shit. It's like, no one is cutting her any slack for deciding to attack, except other racists, I guess.
Breathe no more.
But it is still a problem with the writers of, how do we make these characters fight? Because if they get along, then the good guys just win right away. What if they're racist again? And then they actually printed that.
I think I'm going to faint.
I'll
They
protect you.
didn't wait for a better idea, they just went with, yeah, they're racist again. It's every time now.
I desire your flesh. This one.
All right, let's do this. This won't be an easy fight.
What do you know about my
Alright, time to die.
I love you. Stay with me.
Boom, crash. Oh my, it's dangerous to fight in a place like this, everyone. From here? Are you getting involved again? Step aside. As a fellow Shadow Elf, you're playing to side with those criminals to fight against us. Should I send you to the afterlife along with them? You? To me? How hilarious. An incompetent buffoon spewing out nonsense without the necessary power, authority, or qualifications. The moment you move, much less draw your weapons, is the moment you take your last breaths. In fact, I'm so distraught over your shallow lack of trust, I'll have no choice but to completely demolish the barrier I created to protect the fortress. Pointing your weapons at me can only mean that you desire such an outcome, no? Whatever shall I do?
Ugh. Only were for that barrier.
Do you understand the situation, even with those thick heads of yours? Could you please refrain from putting my sweet little child in harm's way?
Surely you're not referring to me as your sweet little child, right?
Who else would I be talking about?
Didn't you say you two were acquaintances at best and barely knew each other?
That's how you introduced me, Fenris? You're breaking my heart. I spent day and night nurturing and caring for my deceased friend's son. Feed him delicious meals, put him to bed at night, shower him with love, and that's the thanks I get.
How about neglecting him?
When was I ever neglectful? You've forgotten the time I stayed up late, worried sick when you didn't come home until late at night?
You're just worried I might run away. Besides, you're not even my mom. Why are you here?
Why have I come? For you, of course. Heard you caused quite a commotion down south. The eastern region was taken over and the culprits need to be sentenced, so I figured naturally everyone would be headed north to find protection within the barrier. Especially since the leader of the Shadow Elf Slayer unit, Leia, is here. I presume the western base would be next in line. This is why I told you to keep the trinket I gave you safe. Even as I was handing it over, I was skeptical, but as I suspected, you made a huge mess of things. If you securely held onto the trinket and delivered it intact to the Slayers and assisted them with your magic, then the mana stored within would have been enough to create a strong barrier to protect the eastern fortress, just like the one in the north. Such a pity, isn't it?
Yeah, no, and now I'm reminded of another dumbass decision. His dumbass stole the pendant when they were the ones who needed it to do what they were doing, and then when they chased him down to get it back, he chucked it! Almost broke the damn thing and let it get stolen. They would have just gotten there with the pendant if he hadn't been a dumbass.
Oops, this isn't the time for that. At this rate, we're going to cross paths with Amiki. She has quite the nasty temper, not to mention her irritating penchant for nagging. I'd rather avoid the hassle, so I'll run along first. Then let's meet again later. Take care, my little troublemakers. Yeah.
Something about the way she speaks gets on my nerves. Is it just me? It's just you. She's really fun, actually.
No, it's definitely not just you, sister, or your uptight personality.
You just didn't run away. Why are you blaming me? Because it's your fault! Sorry, that really came out of me. To be frank, you're the ones who trusted the people only to get robbed, not me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I seem to recall... No, I seem to recall a little something.
It's where you also robbed them! You had given me the correct directions from the beginning, none of this would have happened. Actually, if you'd not stolen the pendant you needed to get in, this wouldn't have happened.
Stop it, Ran. No point blaming each other now. We're also at fault for blindly trusting strangers and failing to take care of our belongings.
No, it really doesn't add up to that, because... That really doesn't add up. Because all he needed to do was what he was supposed to do. And instead he made more trouble and caused the incident. If he hadn't run away, they wouldn't have gotten lost. No, I'm with Ran. It's 100% his fault here. That part is his fault. That's what got the thing stolen. But then the next part, them being here, that's Arya's fault. I'd say Rand's the only one who has... Ran and Amid haven't done anything wrong yet. Well, no, Amid's doing something wrong in refusing to apply blame where it's deserved. Doesn't help anyone but make sure the problem happens fucking again. God, I hate them. Act 2, Pragmatic Judgment.
Seems most of you have returned safely. That's quite a relief. We've already been briefed on the overall situation. Shadow Elf army launched a surprise attack, is that correct? Yes, that's right. It's all because of those punks over there. Are you suggesting those Shadow Elves over there allowed the army into the fortress? How else could they have so easily infiltrated the fortress? Especially when it was so perfectly timed with internal discord on our end.
The attack must have been planned. Those bastards must have tipped off the Shadow Elves lurking around the area beforehand.
Are you certain?
Certain or not, there's no other possible explanation.
Do you have fucking proof? And what are the proof? Thank you. Do we have any evidence that they were engaged in spying for the Shadow Elves?
Evidence? Their mere existence is all the proof you need.
Please shoot him in the head.
They're Shadow Elves.
God, you're stupid. For the attack, Amid briefly left the fortress. Once I heard that Fenris was nearby, I rushed out to chase after Amid, but by then some time had already passed. It's obvious the two of them left first in order to tip off the Shadow Elf army to the timing of the attack. That's not true. I only went out to go look for Fenris. You were with me! How the fuck could we have possibly done that? The whole reason you needed to find him was to find a way to approach the Shadow Elves, correct? That's absurd! Don't make up ridiculous things! What if I tell you Fenris already has a history of wiping out a village? Mine, to be exact, employing the same methods. Is it still absurd and ridiculous? You still didn't prove that one! No, because you've refused to produce any proof that he was responsible for that! When anyone asked you for some, you screamed that it had to be. That's not evidence! Amid, stop being an idiot! What I've gathered is that there's no evidence, but only speculation, is that right? What? I understand why you're so insistent on executing them, especially so considering where you're coming from, Amiki. But I heard they claim to be from elsewhere, not Skugaheim. Not to mention, Fenris, who's from there, was abandoned by his own kind. I was curious to see if these claims held true, so I sent patrol bots near Skugaheim to lurk around undercover and find out. It appears he was labeled a traitor and is currently a wanted fugitive. Right, I'm being chased for assisting in their escape. Shut the fuck up, Fenris. I don't want you to talk. Actually, no. The whole problem is that you refuse to talk when it benefits you because you're a fucking idiot. And you steal shit that's not yours because you're a fucking idiot, and you run away because you're a fucking idiot. God, I hate Fenris. Then, by what logic would he be supporting Skugaheim? The way I see it, the place is more likely his enemy's den than his hometown. But they're Shadow Elves, and Shadow Elves can disagree with each other, just like humans can, you stupid bitch! All cut from the same cloth. This time too, he must have infiltrated our ranks by feigning innocence in order to make amends for aiding their exile. The bastard has used similar tactics before. He approached our village only to create an opportunity for the Shadow Elves to ambush us. And did you have solid evidence for it back then? That's... Amiki, what have I always said? The ones we are in conflict with are the Shadow Elves from Skugaheim. Not all Shadow Elves in general. We fight against the discrimination and oppression of the Shadow Elves and vampires who persecute humans for being the weakest race on the continent. How are you behaving any differently from them? I understand it's difficult to separate Shadow Elves from Skugaheim, especially when we've been at war for so long. But the purpose and goal of this war are not to indiscriminately fan the flames of hatred. I refuse to turn a blind eye to the truth in the heat of the moment. Don't let revenge cloud your judgment. Told you this before, but I loathe your attitude these days. Of not wanting to execute potential allies over imagined infringements? Wow, then I don't think I want you in my army. Meow. Slam. Huh? Amiki! I'll go and bring her back. Leave her be. I'll follow after her in a moment. Shall we finish what we were discussing? You feel it all unfairly represented. This is your chance to explain yourselves. You already seem to have a rough idea of what happened. We were branded traitors to Skugaheim and had to flee. Then we ran into Famir, who recommended reaching out to you Slayers. Fenris went missing in the middle of our journey. No, he ran away. No doubt he ran away because he was afraid of encountering Amiki upon reaching the forest, Hertress. But since we needed a guide to help us navigate our way in this unfamiliar terrain, we left the fortress to look for him. And actually, it was because Amid was worried about Fenris. Why were you branded traitors? You're not even from there. Well, our family decided to move from Arasia to Nadalon when we were too young to remember anything. Seems like our father had a significant amount of friction with his kin in Skugaheim regarding his decision to move. And they do tend to reject those who think differently from them. Perhaps they felt a sense of betrayal. We were moving away from Noya's protection to find refuge in the domain of another spirit lord, Sylvana. We returned to Arasia to seek the counsel of the Tree of Genesis, hoping to prevent Nadalon from facing an approaching danger. All this time, we had no idea our father was seen as a traitor. Mimir, is all that true? Sounds about right to me. It all happened long ago, back when humans were on such good terms with Shadow Elves they were coexisting on the same land. A well-known high priest by the name of Ledan abruptly left with his family and followers, claiming he needed to save the humans on a different continent. Since then, Ledan was formally banished from Skugaheim and forbidden from returning. As a prominent figure, there was quite a lot of gossip about his actions. Things such as, one who breaks regulations to act on an unnecessary sense of righteousness deserves to be abandoned by their kin, to name a few. As proof, those kids don't have the Mark of Noyce's protection on their bodies. I see. The mark does serve as definitive proof of those affiliated with Skugaheim. Conversely, those without the mark are either unaffiliated by Skugaheim, or they were abandoned by Noyce from the start. Still leaves us with the task of explaining the ambush by the Shadow Elf army. We don't have any concrete evidence, nor do we know the cause behind it. I suppose there's a possibility they got really lucky while tracking you guys. It could be.
And they are the source of the problem. We should get rid of them.
Sure, perhaps they are, but they aren't deliberate offenders. Aw, you're not planning to punish those poor kids, are you? Who knows? I can just let this slide. What a shame. I don't have any intentions of continuing to help someone who falsely accuses and torments my little child. How cheeky, you're threatening me? I wonder. What do you guys think? Any merits to their claims?
It doesn't seem completely unreasonable.
No way to know for sure. I feel the same way. Tell me, how would putting our trust in you benefit us? Whatever the root cause or reason, we've suffered significant casualties as a result of meeting you. Lost territory in the east, and a loss in morale has led to internal strife. Fortunately, we're not in a position to promise reclaiming the land you lost. However, we can support the Slayers and prevent any further losses. Oh, that's a tempting proposition. Bolstering our forces when we're at a disadvantage isn't a bad idea. Isn't a bad offer, after all. Shall we go and see just how helpful you lot can be? At least Leia has some sense here.
Should we get started? No destiny can stop me!
I smell living
Don't
creatures.
let them escape.
Need help?
Yes, Benny, all your love. Give it to me. Paralyze me with your love. Ten.
If I must fight.
You can't close your eyes. I'm going to eat his food today. I believe in you, Papa.
Followed by a bite.
Found you. Attack.
Okay. I think I'm going to faint. Want to know about my pain? I'll wrap you up tight.
Okay, got lucky on that. Energy.
Yes, Benny, all your love.
Only two? Okay, that's weird.
Feel it. Papa loves me. I'm scared. Yes.
Should we get started?
Prove your worth.
Sure love. Hold me till I can breathe no more. I think I'm going to faint. Yes, Benny, all your last was clean. You can't close your eyes. Listen.
There we go. Welcome to my world. Renew your definition.
Sing, shine free.
If I must fight, take this!
Food. I smell living. Don't let them escape.
Wanna know about
Here I go.
That is dirt. I was a bit surprised back there. You're quite a smooth talker when you need to be. What exactly is that supposed to mean? Just paying you a compliment. Aren't you all supposed to be busy looking for the Tree of Genesis? Are you sure you have time to waste helping around here? What's the point in asking something you already know the answer to? Besides, the most knowledgeable person on the Tree of Genesis is right next to me. Oh, looks like I have my work cut out for me. Still, that doesn't sound too bad.
What do you need our help with that we've come all the way out here?
I mentioned it on the way over, right? The northern fortress is protected by a strong barrier from outside fortresses. To be exact, it's not like the eastern fortress lacked a barrier. It was just significantly weaker. For some reason, it had already been shattered. So we're going to reinforce the barrier here, from the surrounding village to all around the fortress. Is this something only Shadow Elves are capable of pulling off? Not necessarily. As long as you can control magic and know the required spells, anyone can do it. Of course, the process is considerably easier for Shadow Elves, who are inherently gifted at magic and relatively more experienced in complex spellcasting. I was curious about this since during the trial, but is the reason you're close to the humans because of the barrier? Half correct. As you're well aware, humans are significantly weaker than Shadow Elves or vampires, in constitution, strength, and abilities. As a result, acquiring weapons and the means to fend them off is fairly valuable and precious. Well, thanks to this barrier, we've managed to remain relatively safe from invasions, despite being so close to the center of Skugaheim.
Sure you would never offer your services without receiving something in return. What strings are attached?
Oh my, you read through me like a book. Have I been talking about myself too much? I told you I'm just an honest and transparent person. The conditions were twofold. First, divulging any information discovered about the Tree of Genesis, and second, not interfering with my magical research. In Skugaheim, I was constantly bogged down by other Shadow Elves, so I could never properly focus on my work. Because you're a traitor?
Yeah, speaking of which, what made you become a traitor? Benner has mentioned he doesn't know much beyond the fact you got caught doing something stupid in the Garden of Noyes.
Oh, that? It was nothing much. I just tried to steal the Tree of Genesis's magic.
That kind of sounds like a big deal.
As far as I understand it, we can't approach the Tree of Genesis directly. We have to receive permission from its caretaker and guardian, Spirit Lord Noyes. That's right. In return for bestowing us with its magic, the Shadow Elves are required to honor and serve the Tree of Genesis. I, who not only disrespected such a sacred and venerable entity by approaching it, but also coveted its power, committed an unforgivable sin. That's the case. You must have actually seen the tree, is that right? At least among the Shadow Elves, I was probably the closest to it. Back then, I was just so filled with curiosity about what it looked like and discovering how it granted us its powers. Ah, the days of boundless curiosity and unwavering determination. Sometimes grandiose ambitions invite even greater maledictions. And now I'm but a shell of my former self with nothing to show for it. I'm too scared to be as reckless as I was in the past. If Noyes were to catch me again, I feel like my life just might vanish altogether. So, for now, I'm just collecting information on the tree and studying our magic. Nothing beyond that. Even we don't plan on being as reckless as you were. We're content with just receiving helpful advice and wisdom. Yup. Good to be satisfied with that much.
Everyone has ambitions, but it's important to know your limits. Plus, you can rely on others for help as well, just like me and the Slayers, and you and your friends. So when greed grows into excessive desire, then everything becomes complicated. So consider that my warning. Be careful before you cause any big troubles. Three, a familiar feeling. Now, these other ones, the Pamir is fun. I'm enjoying her condescension. Like, and Leia is at least a reasonable person so far. We just have, and she's also in charge of them, but I almost wonder if her being reasonable is gonna get her overthrown. And it's like, yeah, because always the good people gotta get thrown out. If there's someone in charge who's trying to help the protagonists, then they gotta fucking die. It's like every goddamn time. Amiki, I need to speak with you. I have nothing to say to you. That's not true. You're discontent with what I said earlier. Would saying it change anything? No matter what I say, you're still going to take the side of those shadow elves. Is that what you think? Then I'm the type of person to unconditionally take the side of strangers who rolled in from who knows where. I'm always going to be on the side of the Slayers, on the side of humanity, and you. You're just acting in a way that actively hurts us because you're stupid. What's your reason for being so lenient with them? The same with Famir. She always roams around as she pleases, suddenly appearing on a whim. Why do you allow her to behave like that? Didn't take a second for you to accept her trinket as proof, but then you badgered me for more evidence? You trust one outsider from enemy lands more than you trust your subordinates, comrades, and allies. I trust an outsider who's fucking willing to provide evidence for a claim, more than a friend who just says, "Trust me, bro." No, you got it all wrong. I don't trust a single one of them. Then why? Don't forget, we are at a much greater disadvantage in this war compared to the Shadow Elves or vampires. In ability, power, or even longevity, there's not a single aspect where we have the advantage. Moreover, even the Eastern Fortress has been taken from us. In a situation like this, I found it prudent, vital even, to make friends of those who approached us with goodwill than to turn them against us. We can't back ourselves into a corner by staying close-minded. I understand where you're coming from. You know I'm the same. Another victim fleeing the persecution of the vampires, unable to fight back against them. You think I'd haphazardly grab onto anyone's hand without a second thought? Much as we give, we should make sure to take just as much. So what's the plan now? Watch over them as rationally and objectively as possible in order to make an accurate judgment. Are they really helpless foreigners lending us a hand, or are they spies sent to deceive us and stir up trouble? If they truly do intend to help us, how can we take advantage of them to catch the enemy off guard? Ow, yeah, that hurts. Alright, Ezra's awake. He can vouch. Oh no, she actually. Then you can get even more proof that they're not spies. Like, yeah, she was really stupid about telling us, but she did notice one of ours being mind-controlled before any of us did and tried to point it out. If she'd just said that instead of attacking him without a word, probably could have prevented a lot of this. Hey, still, don't be such a crybaby. You mean crybaby? No, how gravely injured I was back there. Spilled as much blood as I have and have the gall to say that again. Joshua, no shush, I can't focus. Titch. How are the others doing? They've been treated? We haven't been able to get everyone yet. We're going around treating them one by one. No, not them. I'm talking about the one who attacked me. Ah. At first, the situation was so chaotic that nobody could approach. I didn't personally see what happened to them, but I did hear they've been captured and detained for now. Seems other than that fellow, they've also detained a bunch of wanderers and another suspicious person. There hasn't been any news since then. I'm not sure what happened either. Plus, with the number of injured now, the defector's treatment was likely delayed. At the time, he didn't look too well. Not just that. He seemed completely off. It was like His mind drifted away? Does that make sense? But then, his behavior was extremely aggressive, like he lost his sanity. The other individuals that were distrained didn't seem to be in their right minds either, although it wasn't really nearly as bad as him.
I see.
Hurry up, why are you kids so slow? Just used up a large amount of mana at once. It'd be weirder if we weren't tired. I feel fine. Look at Ran, he looks perfectly okay. Hey, take your girlfriend out for a run or something. Even magic requires a bit of physical stamina.
Should we? If you're interested, we can start tomorrow right away. See, we can start with a morning run first.
I don't wanna. While you're at it, take Fenris along too.
Don't feel like it. Feelings mutual.
Stop complaining and come quickly. Hamid, we're halfway there. Even you, sister? How could you?
I'm scared. Yep.
All right, let's do this. Purifying flame. Burn away the evil.
I'm going to eat his food today. I love you. Stay with me forever.
Found you. This one.
Okay.
Damn it.
I think I'm going to faint. Want to know about my family? I believe in you, Papa.
Jump.
Should we get started?
I'll show you true love.
Damn it.
I'll wrap you up tight.
Hate that green is such a common element.
Desire your flesh.
Maybe they just that. Nah, I hate more this system of RNG-based type matchups.
If
When
I
we
must
were
fight-
playing Pokemon, and instead of more or less damage, it affected a move's accuracy.
Help.
Would you ever play Pokemon? I don't know if I would.
Give Sammy all your love.
This allows type matchups to steamroll even more.
Papa loves me.
I would actually call this
Close your eyes.
both more snowbally and less fair.
Hello?
I'll protect you.
Doing both at once is quite an achievement.
I smell living Don't let them escape.
Okay.
Die. Oh, 3 counters in a row.
Need help?
Today.
The way you guys manipulate mana is a bit different, isn't it? I noticed it too. The way you utilize mana unique to Skugaheim. Not quite. I prefer to tinker with things in a way that's suitable and comfortable for me. Interesting. You're similar in that aspect. While we stayed in Nadalon, we learned a bit from the Suine and humans living there. Back when our father was around, he put a lot of effort into fostering cultural exchange in order to create a more harmonious community. It's the same with magical prowess. Even if the roots are the same, depending on how it's utilized, it can branch out in all sorts of directions. Same roots. Can branch out. Thank you, I think I've just figured something out. Oh? That wasn't my intention, but if you say so. Seems like your mind is hard at work. Sudden aggressiveness in the beast and the unusual behavior of the Slayers. I could see it in their eyes. They both looked like they'd lost all sanity, and I could faintly sense a strange magical aura around them. The aura felt similar to yours or mine, yet different, just like our magic spells. Could it come from the same origins as our magic? Well, that is a possibility. There are precedents within the vampires, after all. You discovered anything else besides it feeling similar? Unfortunately, no. I'll have to meet them in person if I want to figure anything else out. They say they're not in their right minds, though. Are you sure you'll be okay? It's fine. I just need to confirm whether it's the same aura I felt back at then. I see. Amid, I need to meet with the person who caused a ruckus back in the Eastern Fortress. Huh? Why do you need to meet him? Need to verify something. And you, talk to Ezra and see if he can explain what that person was originally like.
Seems like you're caught on to something. Alright. Need to verify. Is it related to the Tree of Genesis?
Yeah, why do you ask?
Nothing.
If You be a dear and take my darling child with you instead of leaving him alone. Worried sick he might wander off somewhere on his own.
Fine. Hey, you, follow me.
There isn't much work left to do, so I'll finish up with the barrier. You guys go on ahead. There's something I want to research immediately after, so I want to wrap this up quickly. It's suffocating having to take care of you weaklings, so hurry along. Yeah, sorry we weren't much help.
Want to know about my family? I'm scared. Listen to my song.
This is my
Ladies
stage.
and gentlemen, let's
Should we
shine.
get started? This won't be an easy fight.
Certainly. Prove your worth. Once you've faced me, you'll become darkness yourself. Found you. This one.
I'm dead. Ezra is resting inside. The treatment is all finished, and he's been up for a while, so it should be okay to visit him.
Here, thanks for guiding us. Just gonna head inside without notifying him first? What's the issue? Probably won't be very welcoming. Obviously. Why, are you afraid we'll get cursed at and kicked out? No, I'm more concerned about whether he'll be receptive to speaking with us. We won't know that until we go inside and try to persuade him, will we?
Now, what brings you two here?
No, it isn't the commander of the Slayers.
Not quite. Maybe more like a commanding officer? The one leading the Slayers would be the Marshal. Titles are irrelevant anyways, so just call me Leia. You guys about to head inside?
Yeah, we have a few things we need to ask Ezra.
Perfect, I'm here to visit him too. Let's go in together. Alright, is Ezra going to ignore the reality he saw with his own eyes? I sure hope not. What's the deal? You just visit to play the silent game?
Seems so confident about persuading them earlier. Just waiting for the right time to speak since that guy over there is so unresponsive.
Ezra, how are you feeling?
I'm fine. Said the wound wasn't too deep, so that's a relief.
Thank goodness. Everyone was worried about you. Even these friends came all the way here because they wanted to see how you were doing.
Thanks? Well, it's nothing. I was a bit worried too. That you'd be captured and executed. You were worried? It's a little unexpected. Realized I was in the wrong for immediately suspecting Arya back then. Alright, good. After all, she was telling the truth about the strange power influencing the victims. You really shouldn't have attacked him without saying anything first, though. That basically guaranteed that was the only reasonable way for me to respond. That's true. But honestly, it's also true I only suspected you guys because of the fact that you're Shadow Elves. I know too well enemies don't always come from outside. In war, it's nothing more critical than being able to distinguish between your allies and enemies. That's also when defections tend to happen more frequently. I overlooked that. That poor guy probably didn't mean to cause trouble. You guys know, too, that his condition was strange. Actually, that's what we came here to ask you about. What kind of person was the Slayer member who attacked you? Did he have any peculiar or noticeable behaviors? Was there anything that stood out or concerned you in particular? Well, apart from being a bit too greedy... Oh, recently he started mentioning he would go out for a walk and left the fortress more frequently. I was a bit concerned about him. He's opportunistic and doesn't like incurring losses. He's the type of guy to avoid going outside where his safety isn't guaranteed. I see. But you don't know what he was doing outside? No, I have no idea. Considered following him around secretly, but I never expected something like this to... Was it because of that strange mana? We were also suspicious, but talking to someone not in their right mind seemed pointless. There's another person who used to hang out with him. Whenever something happened, they seemed to accompany each other. That person is also detained and mentally unstable. I'm not sure, but if you check up on them, they might be able to provide some insight. Alright, thanks for letting us know. Thank you. Actually, I have something I want to ask you guys too. What is it? To be exact, I have a question for Fenris. I heard you're close with Amiki? Sorry, I guess it's closer to Amiki wanting to kill you. Yeah, dude, what the fuck? I worded that wrong. Amiki wants to kill you? I can tell it's not a pleasant relationship since she always gets so riled up around you.
Amaki's family was killed during an ambush by the Shadow Elf army, but she seems to blame you for it. Is that true? What's the point in asking me that? Amaki already told you what happened. Yeah, but you never said that, did you? Listen, I'm not trying to be your friend or pretend like I'm interested in you. It hasn't been long since we first met, but judging by your actions so far, it doesn't seem like you ever intended for things to pan out the way they did, just like what happened recently. I don't think you're a bad person, I just think you're exceptionally fucking stupid. I wanted to hear things from your perspective. Wow, I'm impressed, Ezra. It's unusual for you to be so thoughtful and forthcoming. Seems like it was worth all the effort taking care of you. Leia, I'm not completely dim-witted. I know how to think for myself, too. Amaki is, though. Yeah. I'm sure it's as Amaki said. It's not like it matters. Regardless of what I say, Amaki will always see me as the one responsible for murdering her family. It's not the type of response I was looking for. Nothing more for me to say. I feel like there's a fucking lot for you to say, and you being intentionally closed off with yourself is only creating problems for everyone. You sure? Really hope you'll take the chance to open up to us, just as I've tried to express myself sincerely to you all. I know, I'm not the most trustworthy person, especially the way I've treated you, but I think it'll be good for you. I don't think that's how he really feels. What are you talking about? He looked like he was carrying the whole world on his shoulders. He looks too tired and lonely for that to be the case. I don't think he took advantage of us for some ulterior motive. I think he was just treated with scorn and discrimination for so long he couldn't help but be on edge around us. No matter the reason, no matter the cause, I don't want to turn a blind eye to someone fighting a lonely fight. And I trust you'll understand me, Ran. What Amid said about Fenris back then, now I understood what she meant. In the past, a friend of mine betrayed Amid and I, chose to side with our enemies. Huh? You're suddenly being sincere too? He tried to manipulate Amid into participating in a dangerous ritual, abandoning our friendship in order to prevent me from putting a stop to it. I resented him deeply. As a result of his continued betrayal, we clashed often for quite long. To me, reconciliation was never an option. Later on, I found out all the conflicts and confrontations were part of his plan to atone for the wrongs he committed in the past. Though the writers clearly didn't plan that from the beginning of the episode, because his actions make no sense from an atonement standpoint at the beginning, he genuinely had no way of controlling Ras living or dying in that fire he started. Hey, bathwater. So, either the writers made up a reason to atone him later, or, he genuinely tried to kill the greatest savior of the world and thought that would help him save the world. Somehow. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. For his betrayal, he chose to pay the ultimate price. His plan was to sacrifice himself to free me, Amid, and the world. But if I'm being honest, I couldn't accept it. I wasn't grateful for his sacrifice or how he felt burdened by a sense of responsibility. Learning the truth just left me more resentful, like I suffered an even greater betrayal. Why's that? Made me feel inadequate. Shouldered the weight of his burdens alone, and I already turned my back on him. No, he deserved it. I could never learn to trust him again. For that, I hated him. Hated him for turning us all into fools. Hated him for being callous enough to not even leave behind a single apology or explanation. Most of all, I hated him for leaving us behind, with all our regret and resentment. Fenris, is that what you desire for Amiki? No way she'd listen to me in her state. She's been waiting all these years patiently for the day she'd enact her revenge on me. What, so you're worried you'll take away her will to live? That all her patient brooding and despair was for naught? Are you an idiot? Yes, he very fucking clearly is! Sorry about that. Explaining it to her now won't make a difference, it's too late. Even if I tell her I never called the Shadow Elves, it won't bring back the dead. Eligos will never return. I know it's not right to think this way, but Eligos only learned about and took interest in the Tree of Genesis because of me. It's my fault she died. Tree of Genesis shouldn't have found interest in there. If he's angry, yeah. Yeah, I actually just fucking despise this character. Because he's unfucking feasibly obtuse and makes such stupid, repeated decisions, and the narrative isn't acting like he is. No, I've never been interested in it from the start. I just wanted to spend more time with her. Feels like I asked something unnecessary. Oh, just a tad. Well, tell Miki what you told us. What? Tell her the truth, exactly like you did now. If you listen to a single thing I said, it's too late. I'll throw the same question back to you. Do you want to leave things like this? Will you never regret it, or as long as you live? Because, that best friend I told you about, he was half human just like you. Though he actually looked more human than elf, but he still lived fucking long-ass time. Get the feeling you're going to as well. Or maybe it works the opposite, and you're gonna live as long as a human will, because you look like an elf. I don't fucking know how it works. Thing is, I look like an elf, but my dad was a wolf. And I still lived a long-ass time. I'm not even old yet, still. But still, if it's too frightening, I'll help you. I'll help you speak and help Amiki understand what happened. Don't think too much of it. Consider it returning the favor for your guidance in the forests. Helping you speak to her shouldn't be too difficult. And you guys will help too, right? Why me? Can we not agree to support you and work together as part of our alliance? I think you guys caused a huge mess. We can be of assistance to make things even slightly more amicable. I welcome it. We'll do our best to convince Amiki. Make Amiki more amicable. I'll leave it to you. Act 4. Before it's too late. Huh? Something doesn't seem right. I definitely heard it was this way. Bunk. Isn't this one of the Slayer robots? Seems so. Judging by what's nearby, it seems like a guard robot. It's been torn apart. Wait, it can't be. No. Slayer member we're looking for is gone. I don't see any other humans either. They destroy the box and make their escape? The other one is still over here. Why are you here alone? What happened to your friend? Where'd he go? I don't know. I woke up and suddenly everyone was gone. Does that make any sense to you? How would he have disappeared from his confined space without you noticing? Even if you didn't see anything, it's impossible not to hear any noises during an escape. Clearly, I wasn't awake at the time. He ripped through steel bars, you shit. How deeply do you slumber? You expect me to hear everything when I was unconscious. What's going on? I like how they're not afraid. Like, early on, a lot of games that do, like, the story in this chapter progression, a lot of them were really scared of having any chapters at all with no combat. And it got... I'll say it, FGO did this a lot, and it's really noticeable in the American Singularity, like, of Part 1. Really noticeable there. Because there's a part where it's like, alright, we need to figure out what our plan of action is. Hey, let's fight some robots to help us think. It's like, fucking, that's dumb. You do not need to do that. And I think doing this shows more confidence, not only in your writing, but in your, what's the word? In your audience. Confident that they will, you know, read the story if they're interested. And if they're not interested, and they're gonna skip it anyways, then you've lost nothing. You just didn't have to design another battle. It's an extra 30 seconds they're gonna have to spend skipping. Like, oh no. I'm gonna level with you. Cutscene skippers, I can never really get behind that. The only exceptions to my cutscene skipping are, it's a cutscene I've already seen. Like, if it's one you've already seen. The story is complete and utter dog water. Then I will accept skipping. Though I'm not going to do it myself because I want to pick it apart. Or, this is what I do on my Japanese account for FGO. I can't read the language, so, you know, I'm not just going to, like, scroll through and try to guess what's happening, frankly. Yeah, I just have that to, like, see what servants are gonna come out. Dante Saglieri and Metatron are of interest. That's years from now. Act 5. Prison Break Manhunt. They've disappeared? It appears so. Prison gates and the guard robots were all savagely damaged. There were no signs of them there. Where's Famir? Wasn't she with you all? She went elsewhere to finish casting the barrier, claiming she was busy. Amit and I rushed straight here in order to find the missing Slayer. Was it already in this state when you arrived? Yes. I see. Crucial witness in this case has suddenly vanished. Need to help them immediately, so it'd be great if you guys could help. Sure, we've got no time to lose. Everybody split up and start looking. Why'd you pick me, of all people? Could've gone with Ran or Arya. What do you mean, why? It's because I get uneasy when I leave you alone. Why are you worried about me? Take care of myself just fine. No, you can't. You're too stupid. You can still say that when you're always running away the first chance you get. You did basically say what I said, like, no, you can't. You're too stupid. Hurry up, I can send something faint here. Meow. I know. Meow. How'd he manage to escape without leaving behind a single trace? Because the traces of mana are so faint they come and go. Could it be because it's entangled with the mana emitted from Famir's barrier? Going berserk, sudden changes, and it's like what happened before. Huh? What do you mean? Your mother used to be an adventurer in the past? That's amazing! She could handle magic? So jealous, I want to go on adventures too! Is this a record about the Tree of Genesis? The information's a bit sparse. Oh, the rest is concealed by magic. So curious, I wish I could know what it says. Anything about continuing your mother's legacy and investigating the tree? You could discover new information and leave our mark on history. Sometimes feels like my head is about to burst. Just explode with anger out of nowhere. Like I want to go somewhere. No, like I need to go. This is Amiki's either her mother or sister. I can tell because of the Iki, the fact he mentioned her in relation to Amiki. I think Amiki said sister before, so I'm gonna guess sister. And they both have green hair. I don't know what to do, Fenris. I think something's wrong with me. Fenris, am I going to be okay? Please tell me I'll be okay. I don't want to give up. We promised to do this together, and just like you.
Ladiki, what are you doing? Where are you going? Ladiki!
No, don't leave me. Without you, I give up everything as long as you're with me. Please don't go. I've just seen a similar situation before. What kind of situation? You remember something? Something about this magic? Whatever it is, can you tell me? Getting harder and harder to pin down as time passes. We remembered could be helpful. Fenris, are you alright? My head feels like it's going to split. Huh? Sorry for suddenly barraging you with questions. If it's too difficult, you don't need to say it right away. Sorry. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it, just tell me when you can. Who knows, maybe there's still a way. Eh?
Damn it. No.
He's running away. Hey, you stay right there.
Over there, let's go after him.
Meow. What was the point running away if you were going to get caught so soon? Are you alone? Where'd the others go?
Why do I need to tell you that? Let go of me.
Sounds like he wants to do it the hard way.
I don't know. Wherever the gates were open, there's nobody else. I swear.
I can still feel the mana nearby. Maybe it's mixing with the mana from the barrier, like you said. Should probably take this one back too. Do we head back for now? Okay, doesn't seem like we have another option. Just explore the area a bit more before we return. Seems that the two of us ended up traveling together. Ah, the blatantly a racist versus the trying really hard to abet racism in her own ranks. See how this goes. Didn't expect there to be only one path in this direction. If it's come to this, why don't we join forces? And thank you for helping us with the search. Given the circumstances, is only to be expected. However, you seem to be finding your way well. Doesn't even look like you need my help. Huh? The path of the mana. You seem to be following it accurately. Ah, well, Suppose I've learned a bit of magic myself. I don't have a particular little aptitude for it, though. I'm much more comfortable wielding weapons with my own hands. Humans might not be inherently blessed with an innate talent for it, like the Shadow Elves, but we can also possess and manipulate mana. I'm well aware. Still, is it just keen eyesight or good intuition? I surmise it's a bit of both. Of course, I'm nowhere near your ability to distinguish between different types of mana. Speaking of which, can you sense the aura from back then? Faintly. And what does it feel like? To put it simply, its properties differ from the mana utilized by our Shadow Elves, but there's quite a few similarities. Despite being relatively intense and challenging to control, it's not so difficult for a Shadow Elf to handle. Of course, for humans who haven't handled similar mana before, it's a different story. You said it felt familiar. Could it be that they have the same roots? Well, I'm not exactly sure how it's been manipulated or how it's derived. That's highly likely. Must mean it originates from the Tree of Genesis, given its properties and characteristics. That's right. You think Famir would have some insight on it? I wonder. I did mention it to her, but she seemed disinterested. Perhaps indifferent is a better word? Guess even though it's a similar type of magic, it's not particularly useful for her research. The Famir was indifferent? About a power that could be related to the tree? Listen, that doesn't sound right. I just heard something. It was definitely some human's footsteps. Where'd they go? Evidently, there's only one path here. Hurry up, let's go.
Can sense mana in this direction, but it's also spread out over there. Front, there seems to be footprints hurriedly scattered along the ground. I'm very burpy today. I had stir-fry. Noodles, pasta, chicken, and shrimp. That's a very burpy combination. Plenty of soy sauce on it. Looks like front it is. If I told you I'm half Suine, would that change your opinion of anything? It scared me. What are you doing here? I might hope something and I'd found them. Are you here? Sure, I saw you heading in the other direction. None of your business. Now beat it. You're being a nuisance. You're still as petulant as ever? Is it here? Meow.
Step aside, idiot. Meow. I've got you. Whoosh. Nothing.
What was that noise earlier?
Wasting my energy and time because of you.
Quick to blame others. Who exactly told you to follow me?
Annoying. Look, the path here is complicated, so someone like you would only be a hindrance. Go search elsewhere. Meow.
Now you. Isn't it tiring carrying around so much hatred?
What did you say?
Your prejudice against Shadow Elves is blinding you to the truth. Chose to hate us, but you have no real reason to do so. When I think about it, it's actually quite unfair. One end, I'm scored by Shadow Elves for being a half-blood, and on the other, met with suspicion and derision by humans.
Don't be so obstinate. We're the ones constantly navigating a web of double binds. Ever since your group entered the Eastern Fortress, we've been put at a disadvantage. It's your fault we were ambushed by our enemies.
Conflict of the fortress escalated due to the erratic behavior of Slayer members, not us.
Racism is never tiring against your stupid knife-eared freaks. But he's half wolf guy. Doesn't that make it better, Bathwater? Apparently one of his parents was a wolf person. Apparently they just look like one or the other. I still don't know why his Cellera are black. I've never seen a Suine with black Cellera. So it really doesn't make any sense that they're black. And, like, the other half-breeds we've seen don't really seem to... to be fair, they seem to mostly just look like one species or the other. Like, his frenemy looked perfectly human, whereas Fenris looks perfectly elf.
Clear internal strife is a turning point. Shadow Elves lurking outside the fortress could have easily discerned something was amiss to seize their opportunity to attack. You didn't even mention that part.
And? So given those possibilities, you're confident in claiming you've done nothing wrong?
No, that issue was already resolved by Leia's judgment. Even if I'd like to explain it to you, we both know you have no intentions of hearing us out. Rather, don't lash out without even considering other perspectives. One day when you realize the truth, you'll be filled with regret. The longer it takes you to realize that, the bigger your regret will become. The point it could consume you all the more severely. You lose sight of yourself and your target of resentment. All you'll have left is the weight of your remorse. There'll be no path towards reconciliation. You can handle that, do as you please. Who do you think you are to lecture me with your unsolicited opinions? Don't cross the line. I might not know the exact details, but I can make a rough guess of how you feel. What a load of... Listen, just because Leia granted you some reprieve doesn't mean you're in the clear. Why don't you be careful not to have any regrets yourself? Me? I've already had my fill of regrets. But if we're gonna regret it anyways, might as well just run away before we're unfairly sentenced. Stop joking around. You really want to die? Running away won't change the fact your fate is already in our hands. What was that? Were you not talking about me? Catch him! Fucking idiot. No. Think you're a fool so only know how to run away as a piece of cake. Are you staring at me like that? You want to give me a compliment? Praise is always welcome. Stop speaking nonsense. As you can see, we're clearly not just nuisances. Isn't it about time you admitted being wrong? You're so irritating. Meow. Hey, don't leave on your own. At least take the escapee with you. You bring him in. What am I, your porter? How was it? Did you find them? Just a bunch of wanderers. Same with us. Looks like none of us managed to catch the most important one. Seems so. Perhaps they've already made their escape? According to this fellow here, the gate was already broken by the time they woke up. We presume it's been some time since the escape occurred. They might have made it outside by now. As a former Slayer, they probably know their way around here pretty well. Should we have started searching outside earlier? In the past, I once read something. Oh? Those who receive the blessings of the Tree of Genesis will transcend limitations and evolve. Capable of calling forth powerful magic, they shall enjoy the fruits of nigh immortality. The price of omnipotence must be an equivalent exchange. Return, one must relinquish that which is intrinsic. Relinquish something intrinsic? I don't know what that means either. It was never specified. Where did you read this? Stumbled upon it by chance back in Skugaheim. Fortunately, I wasn't able to get a closer look at the book. What does it mean to relinquish something intrinsic? Talking about giving up what one already possesses? Like giving up property or making offerings? Those might vary depending on one's circumstances. It doesn't really seem universally applicable. Huh. I think it's talking about the self? The self? Like your ego? Remember the state of the Slayer at the time? He was silent, out of sorts. It almost seemed as if he lost all sense of reason. If it's like you speculated, sister, that magic is related to the Tree of Genesis. Wouldn't that imply they received the tree's power? And for living, breathing things like us, what could be more fundamentally intrinsic than our sense of self? Fenris, you mentioned earlier that you've seen something similar before. Yes. Though it's not completely implausible. What happened to that person in the end? Eventually, they disappeared. Seems like we've reached a general understanding of the situation, and hypothesis for what happened. Given the urgency of the situation now, I suggest we expand our search radius to outside the fortress. I'll proceed to instruct the other members. You guys should start searching ahead of us. Sounds good? Damn it, what's going on? Is it okay to just sit still like this? If I keep my mouth shut, can I really survive? What are they planning to do with me? This Shadow Elf woman, what's she up to? Where am I? Prison, why am I locked up? Remember, I was in the middle of making a deal with those vagrants. Wait, then what happened? Deal fell through and then...
So you were also there?
Yeah.
So what we, the audience, know is... what gave them that power was Famir's thimble being broken on the ground. And that seemed to create the cloud that controlled them or did away with their minds. Seeing as you come to your senses, I guess only the other one was a success. I thought everything would proceed smoothly as long as they were greedy, but perhaps it's still unstable? I don't particularly like how the targets seem to be random.
You, what are you doing here? What have you done to us? It's your fault we've ended up like this.
Oh my, how rude. Let's be clear about one thing, none of this was my fault. It's all because you stole my trinket. Doesn't seem like this was your first time either. Trying to deal in items imbued with my mana. How stupid can you be? Let's see. You not only broke Slayer regulations, but you were engaging in illicit trades with outsiders for an item that was... Well, was it imbued with the mana of Shadow Elves? With all those infractions... Oh my, I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to execute you! A traitor who coveted power, collaborated with enemy forces, and incited a rebellion! Isn't that such an intriguing story?
But... As well as I knew it wasn't our item, you're supposed to be on our side. Treason? That's a ridiculous accusation. I was just trying to acquire items that could bolster our forces and sell them at a high price, whoever the customer.
Aw, it's a shame I have no interest in your pathetic squabbles. The matter of your execution is for you to deal with, isn't it? Oh, but I do suppose your illicit activities are known only to me.
Then,
what people discover is all up to you. Will the whole base learn of your atrocious betrayal? Or will they be none the wiser? I wonder just what shall I do?
what do you want from me?
You? Nothing.
What's that supposed to mean?
Exactly what I said. There's nothing more for you to do.
But, can I just ask you one thing?
What is it?
There was another colleague beside me. Where'd he go?
Oh, him? He's already gone. Greedy appetite, that one. Due to his avarice, he was exposed to too much of its influence.
Huh? What are you talking about?
The strange aura you saw? It pursues primal desires, whatever they may be, without discrimination. I assume your friend was the fearless and insatiably greedy type? Or perhaps he was just the closest in proximity to its spreading influence? For whatever reason, he was particularly susceptible to its power and lost his sanity. Something akin to only his primal instincts remained, just like a raging beast. And then he... disappeared? That's all you need to know. Oh, are you scared? Terrified? Worried you might become a deranged beast? Then don't pry any further. After all, these matters are quite dangerous for frail humans like yourself. Not if you understand, dear. You want to keep your dignity intact, I advise you hold on to that fear tightly. And next time, don't meddle with powers beyond your control. An insignificant little worm like you just simply isn't worthy.
Jesus. Skepticism and suspicion. Act 6. Skepticism and suspicion. Hey, Amiki. You drop by again because you thought I'd be bored?
As if. I came to ask you something.
What is it?
The guy who stabbed you in the back disappeared.
What? That's not a question.
You know anything that could help? Somewhat close to him, being that you guys joined at the same time.
Well, that's true, but I don't know any more than you do about what happened after he went berserk. Not even sure why he lost his mind in the first place.
Damn, everything feels like a dead end. Ever since those Shadow Elf brats appeared, everything's gone awry. Should have never let them in. You don't think those brats stole him away, do you? Because he might be crucial evidence about the Shadow Elf raid case?
There you go making assumptions again. Relax, Amiki.
Nothing else makes sense.
A lot of other options make sense. You just don't want them. Listen, I'm not particularly fond of them either, but you really need to do something about that attitude of yours. Not fair to suspect them just because they're Shadow Elves. Let's presume this was their plan all along. They already achieved their goals, so why would they loiter around the fortress? It would have been safer for them to deal a heavy blow than immediately vanish while they had the chance.
I know, but I need to vent my frustrations at someone.
You always were the emotional type. Now that I think about it, that guy... I'm tired and exhausted. I'm craving something sweet. Pretty sure I saw Mickey bring back Castella bread she bought in the village. Oh, it won't be inside now, right? Huh? Hey, it's been a while. Hey, it's been too long. Ever since our shifts changed, it's been hard to see your face. Are you supposed to be on patrol right now? I am, but something came up, so I had someone take over. Is something serious enough to warrant changing your shift? What's in that pouch? Oh, if it's money, buy me some chocolate bread. Come on, I don't have enough to buy you bread, Ezra. What's all that for? Plan to head out of the fortress, right?
Who are you meeting at this hour? Walking around secretively like that? Do you get a girlfriend? Those are all the questions. Nobody's business who I meet. Join the Slayers around the same time. Aren't we close enough to let each other know about what we do in our spare time? You don't need to know. Stop being nosy, wash up, and go to bed. Meow. Man, I don't know what you're up to, but it's cheap to go off all on your own to have fun. A pouch full of money? Couldn't get a good look because he was in such a rush, but it looked like a substantial amount. When was this? Maybe around 3 or 4 days before the Shadow Elves attacked? A pouch full of money? Amiki? What? Instead of being suspicious the whole time, you're gonna observe the Shadow Elves yourself by following them around. What? Why should I? Now that I think about it, we have no idea who that guy was planning to meet with all that money. What if it was the Shadow Elves? You said you can't trust them, right? What if they're plotting something while we aren't keeping them under watch? Even if it's not necessarily because we suspect them, they could unintentionally cause an unexpected accident, you know? Someone should keep an eye on them, but as you can see, my injuries are killing me. Quit the theatrics. I heard you'd be fully recovered with just a few days rest. What if something happens during those exact few days? Okay, I get it. I'll make sure to watch over them. Skepticism and suspicion. You finish speaking, you find out anything? Perhaps, but that's not any of your concern. Geez, fine, sorry I asked. Meow. Annoying bastard asking me about a basic question, and then when I said no, dropping it. Is he keeping quiet, pretending to be all innocent with that stupid, clueless face? Oh no, she's talking about Fenris. How dare he, after what he's done to my sister. Sister, are you heading out again? Yeah, why? You're gonna meet that Fenris or whatever again, aren't you? Only doing fun things by yourself? It's unfair. I wanna go too. No, you should stay home. Why not? How come you can go but I can't? I wanna go. Never tell me what you're up to. It's not fair. I'm gonna tell Mom you're always leaving me alone to meet with some strange boy. Shut up. Already a nervous wreck because of all the stress, but now you too? Please, can you stop bothering me already? It's hard enough that I constantly feel annoyed these days for no reason. Just wanted to play with my big sister. What happened? Why is she being so mean to me? I'm scared. Remember my kind sister always played with me go. Lariki. Ever since she started hanging out with him, her personality changed. And then she disappeared without a single word. Long after my village was attacked and destroyed. I'm sorry, I'm doing whatever mental gymnastics I can to find how those two things could possibly be related. Really not. It's not that bastard's fault, then whose is it? Ever since Fenris appeared, whether it was back then or now, only misfortune ever followed. Her gaze is really intense. See why you're having trouble speaking to her. Forget about it. Right now, our main priority is looking for the missing Slayer. What should we do about those two?
I think I'm going to faint.
If I must fight,
It'll be fine, Tamarin.
Burn!
True love. Give it to me. Paralyze me with your love.
I smell living creatures. Don't let them escape.
Owie. Die in a fire. Owie. Die in a fire. Owie.
I'm scared. Yes.
All right, let's do this.
Yes, Sammy. You're coming.
Chompity. Chompity.
I can breathe no more.
I desire your flesh. Attack.
Okay. You know about this.
Yes.
I believe in you, Papa.
Yes.
Can't close your eyes.
Should we get started?
There we go, just barely.
Papa's going to eat his fill today. Feel it. Papa loves me. I think I'm going to faint.
If I must fight.
Prove your. Don't let them escape.
we? Oof.
Want to know about my habit? I'll wrap you up too.
Swallow.
I'm scared. Yes.
I'll protect you. Yes.
Weird energy, Tree of Genesis, and the price of power. There's a seat. Yeah, I saw this like 12 minutes ago. I remember. Yeah. Okay, she's putting all these together. Of course, there's no way she was unfamiliar with the tree's powers. To brought it up, she cleverly redirected the conversation. What do you mean? Looks like we're going to have to meet with Famir. Why are you suddenly bringing up nonsense? We're busy looking for someone. Endlessly searching around without any clear direction will just be a waste of time and resources. Start over with the strange energy as the clue. Energy clearly had something in common with our mana. No matter how corrupted and distorted it becomes, the origins are the same, the essence of the magic will stay unchanged. There's no way Famir, who's approached the Tree of Genesis, doesn't know something. Perhaps she can even find a way to track the traces of its residual mana. It makes sense. I agree. What do you think, Amiki? I think my sister's ideas are reasonable. Alright, let's head to Famir's residence for now. Follow me. He's like, only because it lets me be racist towards a different elf. If not for that, I'd never agree to this.
Do my song. I will shine. Shine free.
If I must fight, I hope you're ready.
All right. I smell living creatures. Prove your existence. With your blood and anguish. I desire your this one.
I'll give you true love.
Whoa! Why are there so many barriers set up? Every item is meticulously protected by a barrier to prevent anyone from laying their hands on them. What a sight. Ever since Famir arrived in Equilibria, the whole area is like this. It's my domain, so don't disturb my research, so to speak. Day in, day out, she's performing weird magical experiments. She's so irritating. Is there anyone you don't find irritating? No, elves. Yeah. Seems like the person of interest isn't here. In such a hurry earlier. She's still not returned? Should we wait? This is tricky. We're running out of time. Probably return in a moment. Looking around, there don't seem to be any other places suitable for researching magic. Let's just wait for a bit. If she still hasn't returned by then, we'll resume our search for the missing person. Jeez, my legs hurt. Hamiki, you should come over here and get some rest as well. Don't want to. Alright. You say you didn't know much about the tree? No, it's not just me. Most of the people living in the village are uninterested in that sort of thing. In the midst of war, people are too busy fighting to eat and survive. Things like the tree aren't important to them. Plus, getting involved with such dangerous powers can end up causing trouble. Just like what happened to my sister. Originally, not just anyone could approach the Tree of Genesis, or whatever that thing is, right? Even Famir suffered the consequences after acting recklessly, didn't she? If that's what you Shadow Elves are saying, what can us humans hope to achieve? Now that you mention it, something is strange. What do you mean? That Slayer. Isn't he also just a normal human? Yeah, why? How is he able to obtain such powers? Oh? That's true. Unlike Shadow Elves, humans aren't inherently born with a connection to mana. Books I read at the Eastern Fortress mentioned something similar. In order to obtain its powers, humans must overcome trials more agonizing than death. Their own death. It also said that's how vampires came into existence. And then how did a mere human, who's neither a vampire nor a Shadow Elf, acquire a power like that? Ladiki changed gradually. Oh? She didn't change abruptly like the missing Slayer, it was more like gradual erosion over time. Fenris, don't tell me what you saw was... Everything about this is suspicious. Freak. For you who was once my everything. I don't... Is that Leia, maybe? Before she got her scar? Act 7. The Price of Lost Trust. Here you are. Caught in my secret little resting spot. What are you talking about? Someone like you can relax wherever, whenever. You finished setting up all the barriers? Of course, to an awesome mage like me, it's a cakewalk. I see, good work. You have something to say to me? Was it obvious? The illustrious Leia herself came all the way to this remote corner looking for me. You must have something important to discuss. Yes, you're right. I do have something to ask you. If it's something you need my help with, it must be related to magic. That's right. If I'm being precise, it's about what happened in the East. Must already know what I'm talking about. Yes, I've heard about it. So, why haven't you discussed it any further? Oh, by it, what could you possibly be referring to? You finished eating. What did you eat, Bathwater? You know, don't you? The identity of that mysterious energy. Why would you think that? According to the Shadows from Nadalon, the magic sensed at the Eastern Fortress is not entirely distinct from the magic used by the Shadow Elves. Pork chop? No, okay. Not huge on pork chops. I feel like I never like they're always like too tough on the texture no matter how I have to cook them. Because you kinda have to cook them well done because it's pork, I guess. Shadow Elves' mana is derived from the Tree of Genesis. In their case of humans being bestowed the tree's powers as well. Furthermore, the power and physical traits wielded by the vampires are characteristically different from those of Shadow Elves. And thanks to you, I can also sense the difference, albeit faintly. The power you gave me, I've been putting it to good use, even though I traded the data on the Tree of Genesis acquired in Sangarat for it. Is that so? Then all is well. You're much more resourceful than I gave you credit for. But Fenris did mention something interesting. Apparently, when one receives such transcendent power, they lose something of theirs in return. However, judging by the context, what they lose doesn't necessarily seem to be something material in nature. If one were to proceed by the original means, they would have already suffered through enough trials to attain what they have. It's rather unlikely they'd have to make any additional sacrifices. The records don't specify what they'd have to give up in exchange. Fenris said that. Yes, perhaps as a result of fear or trauma, but he looked quite hesitant to speak on it. I think now he's finally made up his mind. Oh right, there's one more thing I forgot to mention. Remember the member who suddenly went berserk due to unknown causes? We found your broken trinket in his possession. Now you find me suspicious? Suspicious? What a scary word to use between two people who trust each other. I figured if it's you, you might have some insightful piece of information. Why do people keep bothering me with pointless inconveniences? Yeah. What was that noise? It sounded nearby. I wonder, what was that noise? You said you finished setting up the barrier. I did. Bumir, what have you done? Leia, between two people who trust each other, can I give you a piece of advice? Closely observing your surroundings and being cautious of those around you is important. But before you do all that, it's important to take care of yourself first. Why are they chasing us all of a sudden? You're sitting still until just a moment ago. You were feeling stiff earlier and moving around everywhere. You probably nudged them on accident. I didn't touch anything. I wasn't even near them. Boom, crash. Intruders, exterminate. 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 Look, you guys control these robots, right? Do something. Can't control these robots because Famir modified them. Took some discard robots, fixed them up, saying she needed them for some experiments. Why are they calling us intruders? They attacking us because they think we're trespassing? If that were the case, they would have started attacking us the moment we entered. Why would they start now? If it's Famir, she could probably defend the whole area with the power of her barriers alone. Why would she rely on those robots? When she first cooked them, she never said anything about using them for security or patrol. It was for magical experiments. Said they were meant to be discarded. Could they be malfunctioning? Condition seems off. Wait a moment, that's the strange aura I sensed back in the east. No way, could it be here too? Well, the barriers were set up, then how?
You can't close your eyes. Yep.
Should we get started? No destiny can stop me!
Want to know about my family? I love you. stay with me.
Found you. Don't let them escape.
Okay.
Ah. Owie. Owie.
I think I'm going to faint.
All right, let's do this.
Alright, remove his buffs.
Today.
And start chewing on this guy. Although, you're a snake, so I guess you're voring him.
Smell living creatures.
Ah, great. Look what you did, Bathwater. Now vor is in my brain. You never think about that unless you're around.
True love.
Tee-hee. You better have a better excuse than tee-hee.
I'll protect you.
I desire your flesh.
I just was feeling still today. Want to know about my friend?
Dang it, brain.
I think I'm going to faint.
If I must fight, take this!
Prove your worth. Don't let them escape.
Okay.
Ow.
I'll show you true love.
Dang, just got to remove his debuff too.
Paralyze me with your love. You can't.
Alright,
close your
but that
eyes.
hit, so end of the day, he didn't get much.
To my song, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to my world. Renew your
This
definition.
won't be an easy fight.
I smell living creatures. This one.
They finally stopped. Yeah, we've destroyed all their power sources, so they won't be able to move. Strange mana's still lingering. It's fine. Possessing mana is different from being able to wield it. Mere machines wouldn't know how to use spells. Yeah. Now I'll go around gathering the damaged parts. It'll help us identify the cause of the attack of the weird mana. Oh, Leia, you returned. You able to contact the other members? You came just in time. I need help cleaning up. We can discuss the details when we head back. Oh, no. Leia? You listening to me? What's wrong with her? Come on! Can't one leader of a nation just stay in power until the end? Do they always have to be fucking mind-controlled or something to get them out of the way? Hey, Aether is the only one, and he didn't know how to do shit, so he was helpless the entire time. Act 8, which is hide and seek. Leia, are you listening to me? What's wrong with her? Dice. Must. Eradicated. What are you trying to say? Speak properly. Prejudice. Persecution. Must be eradicated. Ow? Amaki, watch out! What are you doing? Leia, why are you attacking me? What's going on? Don't approach her. She's not in her right mind. What? That strange aura again. Feels stronger and more intense than before, as if it's been gradually accumulating over time. There's no way. I mean, Leia knew about the existence of that magic and accepted it? As of now, that seems to be the only explanation. Sister! I'm okay, take care of yourselves. This isn't the time to talk. First, we need to subdue Leia. We can figure out the details later. Now, luckily, Amaki being with us means we have an ironclad alibi.
I'm scared.
Because the single most anti-Shadow Elf person says we had every reason to do this means they'll have no reason not to believe us. An ally except for the caster makes a crit, grants exploiting weak points to the caster. Only be activated once per turn. After attacking, grants stackable increased attacking speed to the caster. Increase damage dealt by 20% after attacking, the effect is dispelled, okay? Start of battle grants confusion, unique effect to the caster. At the end of an enemy's turn, the target is a non-fire elemental, dispels one buff from the target before planting a bomb for 3 turns. Wow, that's bullshit.
Yep.
Alright, let's
So
do this.
only use fire is their suggestion. That's not a bullshit way to try to pad out, buy more.
Found you. Attack.
You're sending all your love.
Dispelling a debuff for free is fucking bullshit in every video game.
Stay with me.
I'll protect you.
Hit her.
I think I'm going to faint.
Away.
I was going to eat hay yesterday.
Yes, because of course it's a fucking miss. Because you had to make the type system RNG instead of, I don't know, something a person would use. Like, I don't know, just make it fucking Pokemon rules.
Can't close your eyes. Yes. Yes, Benny. Oh,
It's not complicated. Come on!
I hope you're ready.
Okay.
Nah.
Prove your worth.
Alright,
This
you're
one.
fucking dying.
You know about
No healers allowed. I'm not abiding that shit.
Papa loves me. I'm scared.
I'll protect you.
Jesus Christ.
Take this!
True love.
Kill this thing, I guess. Try to heal the party some.
I smell living creatures. Don't let them escape.
You stop missing!
Listen. I'll do my best.
Alright, removed all the debuffs.
Shine free.
Welcome to my world.
Alright, let's do this. This won't be an easy fight.
Okay.
Stop fucking missing!
Today.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Till I can breathe.
All of them have been misses!
I will shine. Here.
Found you. Guide me to the depths of your mind. I desire your flesh.
All of them are misses!
Can you know about my
How can all of them be a miss? She doesn't have extra evasion or anything!
Paralyze me with your love.
Another miss!
Should we get started? I hope you're ready.
It took 40 times longer than it should because RNG just decided to shove an entire cock up my ass. What the fuck was that? There was like 12 misses in a row. Calm down and stay put. Smack. Leia. Hey, Griffin, take a closer look at me. Don't you know who I am? You're not weak enough to get taken over by such a pathetic power. Mickey? Yes, it's me, Mickey. You back to your senses? Chase. We have to chase right this instant. Chase what? What happened to you? Famir, you need to chase after her now. What? Famir? A deceitful little. She tricked us all and ran away. She couldn't have gone too far. We need to hurry. That road leads west. Heads towards the city center of Skugeheim. Ran away? Has Famir betrayed us? It was within the realm of expectation, but I think we'd be blindsided this quickly. Yeah. Alright, let's first get you a treat. I'm fine, now hurry and go. Why don't we just leave you here? Can't afford to lose her again. But... Told you, didn't I? Never fully trusted Famir. Might have been caught off guard, but I can still hold on. Have preparations in place for situations like this, so head on out first. Handle things here with the remaining members. Quickly sort things out and catch up soon. But Leia, in your condition... You said it yourself. Not weak enough to be beat by such pathetic magic. Much stronger than you are. So why are you worrying about me? Go before it's too late. There's a path over there. Hurry over. I'll head out first. Promise you'll follow soon. Make sure to keep a strong hold on your mind. Meow. I promise. Just keeping my composure uses up quite a bit of stamina. Must be due to the mana I obtained from Famir. It's hard to handle because it induces to amplify mana? Must have been what she meant when she said to take care of myself. Thanks to her, I'll be able to protect this fortress. So preoccupied with her experiments and whatnot, she left before breaking the barrier. In her haste, it doesn't seem like she was able to retrieve the magic embedded within the machines, either. Have to ask the others to help once more. Perhaps it'll be worth the risk to steal a glimpse at her spells. Oh, what a waste. I need to go and retrieve all my precious research data.
Needless to say, the contents are all perfectly recorded in this genius mind, but still, I worked tirelessly on my research. Oh, what a shame, an absolute tragedy. You know how difficult it was to achieve those results?
Quite an uproar at such a late hour.
Late? Do you know how shocked I was to get caught so early? If it wasn't for those kids from Nadalon, I could have achieved a more perfect result.
Perfect result? Suppose that means more toys for you to puppet around.
You jealous you can't have any? Want me to make some for you?
Okay. Then it's what I thought it was initially, and their plan was stupid but worked anyway because of plot inconvenience.
Now with that, what are the key?
Key? What key? Oh, that? Those annoying outsiders did meddle a bit, but I managed to coax that child. Seems like the curiosity buried deep within their memories is resurfacing as they remember what happened in the past. Now that I've suddenly betrayed them and vanished, they'll probably chase after me. So all I need to do is continue luring them to that place. All in order for that child to find the answer to the key.
I see. Not the cleanest execution per se, but what I'm hearing is there's still a possibility of success.
Could you refrain from nitpicking like that? I'm already feeling agitated, even without you trying to pick a fight. It's frustrating enough blindly following orders.
You don't want to be thrown to the wolves by those humans, then shut your mouth and follow along. Sovereign orders your presence.
There's also a... How did you plan for them to escape? Like, Fenris very clearly isn't in on this plan. This plan doesn't make sense, and there's so much of it you had no control over, but it's working anyways because you keep getting lucky.
Always so aggravating, you nobles. Yo.
Chapter 5, The Course of Loyalty End. Yeah. Alright. The elf side of things ain't fun. The Dagger Sakar side of things is really fun, though. No, mostly. There's still a character I don't like, but that doesn't ruin the entire thing.
Come back soon.
Well, yeah. So, thoughts? Yeah, I think on Dagger Sakar's side of things, it's, like, almost all great. I need to find out why that person is so... Like, even compared to the people around her, she's so headstrong about vampire kill. Not even accepting any level of explanation whatsoever. Just, nope, it's a vampire, I have to kill it. What if he was born that way? Don't care, have to kill it.
What do you
And
think?
I'm hoping that, like I'm suggesting, they'll have some kind of thing where they're gonna try one of those bullets on someone thinking they're a vampire, and it won't work. And, it'll be like, oh, then they're not a vampire. And then it'll turn out they are, they've just never had blood before, so the bullet won't do anything to them. Because they said it'll only work on vampires who have drank blood. Which, that's a really stupid stipulation, because that means it still works if they've had, like, satiated themselves on animal blood, like, apparently they do in their transitioning periods. Yeah, I'm excited to see where that side of the story goes. Pissed to see where the other side of the story goes, but the other side is the side I'm gonna see this time, unfortunately. But that's gonna do it for this time. I'm gonna stop the recording for YouTube here. As always, thank you so much for coming if you came. If you didn't come, you don't get a thank you. Bye-bye, YouTube.